Holy shit, I just got home. What up, yo?
Herzlich willkommen hier aus Köln. Welcome to Gamescom.
For the first time, Xbox Game
Hold
Studios,
on, I need
Activision,
my signature
Blizzard,
hat.
and
I need to go
Bethesda
pick one out.
are coming together here in Cologne to bring you what you want. More new games.
And we've got our work cut out for us this week as we showcase the more than 50 titles on display and the many ways to play that makes Xbox the best place for gaming.
And to do all that, we've assembled an international squad because with this many titles, we need reinforcements.
That's right, Lena. You need a crack team of gamers willing to play and properly fan out over the latest titles. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it.
So get yourself ready for some interviews, live gameplay, and some big announcements across Xbox consoles, PC, and cloud, plus all the latest titles from Game Pass and PC Game Pass.
You know, in fact, Henry, we've already seen the brand new game mode reveal for Forza Horizon 5, Hide and Seek, at the top of the show. And remember, that launches on September 10th on Forza Horizon 5.
But first, it's over to Charlie.
To help kick off our show, we've got some very
Alright,
familiar
I have the
faces here with
perfect
us.
hat to
It's
troll
Sarah
like a
Bond and Phil
motherfucker.
Spencer. Thank you so much for joining us today. First question.
Let's
how
get
does it
everyone.
feel to
Good
be here at
morning. I just got
Xbox's
home
Gamescom
from work.
presence?
It is so much energy.
I didn't think I was gonna catch it live,
It's been
but here I am.
fantastic
Hold
to see
on.
the fans, to be part of opening night live last
You guys are gonna
night,
be
and to see their
you
reaction.
Xbox fanboys
This
are about to
booth,
be
and I
big
have no
fucking
idea
mad
why
at
we're
what I'm
calling it a
wearing.
booth, because it's not a booth. It's an entire wonderland.
Yeah,
It is an
boy.
underestimation calling it a booth, right?
Paige in her
With
signature old school
experiences, with
pony
games
attire.
that you
Let's
can
go,
play,
baby.
things you
What's
can see,
good, yo?
Incredible photo opportunities is fantastic. So to see people
Hope
folks
y'all are doing
pouring
well.
in and experiencing it. And it reminds you of what makes this industry special,
Hello
which is
there,
all about
Lois.
celebrating games, the joy they bring, and the people who make them.
It's for us our first Gamescom with Activision, Blizzard,
Oh, the liars here.
Bethesda,
The
Xbox, all
lying
here
sack
together.
of
So
shit.
there's definitely something special. All the teams have gotten together, and I think there's just such great representation.
Bro.
I'll also say
He
the
is a
industry's gone through a
Superman
lot
curl.
of transition with our shows. And seeing
He
Gamescom
feels like he's
as
in
strong as
Superman mode
ever,
after
with
bullshitting
fans, consumers
Xbox
coming in, all the
fanboys all
creators
these
that are
years.
here,
Holy shit, brother.
strength
Holy
across
fuck,
Europe.
what the fuck
Like,
is that
we need more of
highlighter
this
hair,
in the
dude?
industry. I'm glad we're here supporting. And it's just awesome to see how the gamers show up to support this show.
Bigger and better
Hold on
every
one
year.
sec, guys.
We'd
I
love
wanna
to
do-
see
bring
it.
up the chat.
Before we come to the booth, though, I actually want to talk. I saw you both were at
Oh
Opening
my
Night Live yesterday.
God,
and there were
yo,
some
what the
pretty
fuck
amazing
is this
reveals and news
bitch?
in there. So, what was it like? I couldn't get a ticket, unfortunately.
Yo,
but
Oz,
what was
what's
it
good
like
with
to
you,
be in the
brother?
room
Hold
with
on.
that
I'm
live
gonna-
reaction?
There's nothing
Popping out
better
the
than
chat.
being in the room with the live reaction.
I'm shocked
and
that
to
I actually
just
got to
see people marvel
get
at the
here in
things
time, man.
that are being made.
Teddy, good to
all
see
the
you.
work being
Lowest
showcased, and folks
expectations.
put so much
Drewski,
work into bringing
Hurricane,
that forward.
Black
I'd
Cobra.
say for me,
What's
it
good,
was
yo?
really cool to see
Morning,
Game Pass
Pandora.
titles in the show. I think we had over a dozen.
My man Snake pulling up.
titles
Appreciate
that
you,
are
brother.
coming to Game Pass in the show. We're just having a fantastic lineup.
I
But
managed
was
to get
especially
here
excited
on time,
to
barely, but I'm
announce
here.
that Genshin
I'm
Impact
here.
is
I'm like,
coming
fuck it,
to
let's
Xbox.
go.
That's my one. That's mine.
There's some pretty cool
I
Game
have-
Pass
she has
rewards
pea
that are
hair?
gonna be
That's
part of that.
crazy.
There's going to be full cross
Angel.
progression, and it's also going to be on
Good to see you,
cloud.
fam.
So that
My man
one
Robert,
was
good
a real
morning, guys.
highlight for
Devastator,
me,
good
'cause I know
morning to
so
you,
many
good brother.
fans are excited to enjoy that on the Xbox.
I love
They're just
when
gonna pretend that there
creators
have
are
been
making
lying
new
sacks
things.
of fucking shit.
And it's you have to be really brave to come to a show. Maybe
Hit the
before
like
you're
button,
done,
guys. Hit the like button for me,
show
man.
your game, get the feedback. Teams that are creating new games. I thought the diversity of games at the show was awesome.
absolutely,
From
yes.
big, huge games to
yeah.
smaller games, things we've heard of, seen, things
Oh,
we hadn't heard
diversity in
of.
games.
I also have to say Genshin. We got to meet with the MiHoYo team earlier in the day,
Yeah.
and they had such excitement for their announcement. And it was nice to be able to support
What's
that.
up, yo?
Oh, fantastic. And obviously, we got to talk
Hundo.
about Opening Night Live. We saw some
Mikey.
amazing new stuff from Indiana Jones and
Yes,
the Great Circle.
Mikey,
as
I didn't
well.
think
There
I was
that
gonna get here in
exciting
time.
release date.
But
We also saw the
I
news
got
about PlayStation
home
as
with
well, which
5
is really
minutes
cool.
to
I'm really
spare.
interested in that.
And
So
I
I want
ran
to know
upstairs.
how this
I'm like, fuck
connects
it.
back to Xbox's perspective on how and when this approach happens to other titles.
I mean, I'll start
Yo, Mikey,
just
me too,
saying,
bro.
Machine Games is doing such a nice job with that game. I thought it showed really well. And that's the most important thing is quality of the
Absolutely.
games,
Yeah.
teams that are getting support that can go build the game. And it was just nice. The long gameplay segment that they had, I thought was fantastic. Going to the PlayStation announcement, obviously last
Here we
spring,
go.
we
Yo.
launched 4 games, 2 of them on the Switch, 4
Here
of them on
we go,
PlayStation.
brother.
We said we're going to learn. We said we'd watch.
No, you
I
said it
think
was
at
only
Showcase,
4
I might have
games,
said,
bitch.
From our learning, we're going to do more.
You
What I see,
lying
when I look, is
whore.
our franchises are getting stronger. Our Xbox
No,
console
you're not.
players are as high this year as they've ever been.
Amazing.
So I look at it and I say, okay, our player
What does he mean
numbers
by
are
ever
going
been?
up for the console platform. Our franchises are as strong as they've ever been. And we run a business. Like, it's definitely true inside of Microsoft. The bar is high for us in terms of the delivery that we have to give back to the company, because we get a level of support from the company that's just amazing in what we're able to go do. So I look at this, how can we make our games as strong as possible? Our platform continues to grow, both on console, on
I
PC,
should go
and
to
on
sleep.
cloud. And I think it's just going to be a strategy that works for us. And the last thing I'll probably say is, I think as an industry right now, there's a lot of pressure on the industry. It's been growing for a long time, and now people are looking for ways to grow. And I think
I
that
would
us as
respect him
fans,
more if
as
he called
players of
himself a
games,
lying
we
whore
just
and
have to
he's
anticipate there's going to
not
be
sorry.
more change in how some of the traditional ways that games were built and distributed. That's going to change. That's going to change
I'm
for
wearing
all
this
of
to
us.
troll,
But
Jacob,
the end
obviously.
result has
Let's
to
go,
be better
Jacob.
games that more people can play. If we're not focused on that, I think we're focused on the wrong things. So for us as Xbox, health of Xbox,
Yep.
health of our platform, and our growing games, most important things.
Oh, that sounds perfect. Lovely. Now back to the booth. I saw you both
That
walking
isn't
around earlier before you
perfect,
joined
bro.
me up
He
here,
just
sneaking some pictures with
dodged
devs
the
at
fucking
Frontier,
elephant in the
Sega,
room.
and GSC Game
Yo,
World.
this
So I wanna know,
motherfucker is
Sarah,
a fat
specifically what
fucking
it's like to be
weasel.
working with our partners here in Europe, and
He's
what kind
a
of
fat
evolution we can see
fucking
from these
weasel.
partners.
Oh my
Well,
god.
The partnership we have with here in Europe is fantastic. We have over 2,000 partners.
Oh,
in
obviously
EMEA.
Devastator.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we could tell
Actively
that,
building
that
games.
there's a higher
I
power
know
at
there's a
play,
lot
but
of
even
emails
so,
for
he's still a
Xbox,
lying fucking piece
PC,
of shit.
console, and
I mean,
cloud
come
today.
clean. Yeah, you know, I
We've
said
got
this
over
and
20 of them here with us here in the booth.
sorry, not
And
sorry.
it's just been
You
great
know,
to
like,
walk around.
like
to
I'm
see what
sorry,
they're
nobody's
doing.
gonna
2 Point
fucking
Museum for
nobody
Sega Europe.
is gonna fucking let him
We've
get
got
away
the
with it.
Stalker 2 team,
I
GSC
am
Game
weasel.
World, back with us, supporting them over the last couple of years has been a real highlight. So to get to be
I
able
mean,
to play their game
Jacob,
again
with
here,
the
it's
4
fantastic.
months, appreciate you. He
We
says
just
your
walked
content
over
is
and checked out
excellent.
Winterboro, which
I
is
think
the
that my
very
content
first
is good,
game.
worthy of your
Look at how
time,
cute.
but
I'm
there's
very
always
excited
room
for
to get
that.
better, for sure. But thank you so much, Jacob. I appreciate it.
And so it's great to be able to grow here with the partners that we have in Europe.
Amazing. And it also comes, as well as the amazing support you've got for local devs, is there's such
As an
a
Xbox
huge play
fan,
base here in Europe
I don't
as well.
care.
Yeah,
More
absolutely.
people get to
Special
play
stuff
a
you've
game
seen from
because
us
I'm not a
over here.
fanboy. No, and I
I mean,
agree
Europe's
with
always
that,
been really
Black Cobra,
important to
100%.
Xbox. It used to be we
But
treated
I
this almost
also,
solely as a PC
you have to recognize
show.
that he is a lying whore,
I'm old
you
enough
know?
that I remember we used to
Like,
kind
just
of
be
take
fucking
E3 and just show
honest.
it again. Like this was back when we didn't really treat Gamescom with
I'm
the
not like
respect that
mad
it
at
deserves.
Xbox's
Then we were focused
decision
more on PC.
personally
Now
because
what
it
we
doesn't
find
really
here
affect me.
is putting our games on PC,
I just
on
hate
console,
lying
really matches
sacks
to
of
the diverse
shit.
player base we see
Yeah.
in Europe. Like some of the
That's
strongest
all.
franchises on PC are from here.
Like,
You
my
have
beef
great
isn't with the
console support.
decision. My
So the
beef
most
is
important
with
thing
these
for us is to show local
motherfuckers that
support for
sit here and lie to our
creators,
fucking
put games
face all
in
the time,
hands
you
of
know?
people. One thing that's great about Gamescom is you can come and you can play the games. You can feel what it's like to play Stalker or Vessel of Hatred.
There's
from Diablo.
nothing
Like, you
more
get your chance
disgusting
here.
to me than a
I think
liar
that's
and a
something
thief.
special about this show, and it's so accessible to so much of Europe.
And these
I just love that we
motherfuckers
support
happen
it
to
the way
be
we do.
both.
Yeah, absolutely. And with the sheer scale that it demands, as well as you were saying earlier, Sarah, absolutely.
With our
love
little
it.
city here that we
Yeah,
have.
the little city that we're building. We're the mayors. So I want to speak a little bit more on hardware. So
Sadly,
we've gone
Phil
over a
has
couple
to say
times
whatever
here.
Nadella
Since
tells
I've not
him.
spoken to you since the showcase at all, which is
I'm still
criminal
gonna
in and
hold
of
his feet
itself.
to the
But we
fire
saw the
because
three new
guess
options
what?
for the Xbox
The
Series
lies
X
came
and
out of
S.
his
So I was wondering
fucking
if there's a
mouth.
little bit
It
more
is what it
information we can
is.
share about that.
Well, pre-orders are starting today.
Yo, my
Yes,
man,
Sarah.
Rant and
Yeah,
Greek
yours
Gamer.
in.
Good to see you,
We're
dog. Hope
launching
you're
on
doing well.
October 15th in
Nice.
select
Good morning,
markets,
or
and we also
no,
have
technically,
some very cool
I'm not sure what time it
accessibility
is where you
options,
are,
which we're going to
but
be talking more about later today.
my man Rome pulling
And
up.
for
Appreciate
holiday
you
and the
being
rest
here,
of this
brother.
year, some very cool console wraps that you can get.
It's too early to be disappointed.
Adorn
Well, they're
your console
stalling.
as you may choose.
They're
Christmas
stalling
list
until you
sorted then.
are
Thank you
fully
very much,
awake.
Sarah. Okay, console options done. We're going to hear they'll be coming just in
Excuse
time
me.
for Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is amazing.
Yeah,
Cannot wait for
looked
that.
so good
Yeah.
last night in the show.
Yeah. Oh my
Fantastic.
goodness me, it was just
The campaign
silence.
from Raven, I thought was just awesome.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Talking of games, I
Is
do
this
want to know
gonna be
though,
just
what
a
are you gonna be
recap?
playing? Is there anything you've got your eye on? Last year we spoke about Brotato,
Brotato, yeah.
and I wanted to give you an update and everyone at home that I have now 100%ed Little Kitty Big City, and it
Nice.
is quite possibly the greatest game of all time. But yeah, is there anything on your
okay,
backlog
it's a
that you need
good
to catch
game.
up on, or anything
It's a
coming up
fun
soon you want to
game.
dive into?
Well,
Greatest
the
game of
Game
all
Pass
time, I don't
lineup
know.
is making the backlog extraordinarily long.
Unforgivable.
And it's getting even better this year.
You want to see
both on
Rome Rush
console and
cook Boogie?
PCs. We
Fuck
got
yeah, dog. Is he
Aura
gonna do it?
coming. We have Age of Mythology, Flight Sim 2024.
Oh, thank you,
which looks
Ranting Greek
incredible.
Gamer.
yeah.
Appreciate
Black
that, man.
Ops 6, of course. Indiana Jones.
These are
Stalker
actually
2.
the
Like, it's
the
all
glasses
like,
I try
dude,
not to
just
stream
every
with
month there's
because of the
something for you.
glare.
There's a lot of
My other
games.
glasses
There's a lot
don't
of
have
games. We
glare.
like games around
Thank you. I
here.
really appreciate that.
But I would say,
Yo,
from a
Astro
personal
Zombie, good to
perspective,
see you, brother.
Super excited
Bluezilla,
for Diablo
good to see
4,
you.
especially because my father is probably the biggest Diablo fan. So
can't
Vessel
say
of
that in front of
Hatred and that
Phil.
coming up.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
the fact that
that's
Vessel of Hatred is coming
why
up is pretty
she got her
big,
sister to run
in their world. And
Activision
then
Blizzard.
I am
I
excited
makes
to play
sense
Genshin
now.
Impact
Makes
on
complete
PS5,
total sense
and
now.
particularly to check it out over the cloud.
Yeah, very good. We'll have to duo for that one.
Sarah
That sounds
Bond's
grand.
sister
Love
is
it.
in
Perfect.
charge
Phil,
of
both you?
Activision Blizzard, guys.
Well, P3 on Xbox Live, people can
We
see what I'm
discovered that
playing.
yesterday.
Yeah.
A
Yo,
lot of
zombie
Diablo
killer.
4 right now. My rapid fire rogue is L100. All my
Black
clips are
Kaz,
21.
good to see you.
Having a good time
She did
with
say
that.
potato.
I mean, just
Indiana
love the game
Jones
playing
on
with my
PS5.
friends.
Yo.
Path of the Goddess.
Undisputed King
Kinishigami,
Nate, good to see
like
you.
our partners at Capcom doing new IP. It was awesome to be able to partner with them. It's something
Yeah.
in Game
Yeah,
Pass.
it's like
They're investing
Undisputed King Knight
in
is
new,
facts, man.
Like,
It's
we can actually come in with
the
some financial
lies are
funding
just
to help support
distasteful in
them
general, you
investing
know?
and I just love the color palette, the
Like,
boss design.
just stop
just
bullshitting
a
people.
really, really fun game. Some old
Like,
school kind of tower defense
I just
mechanics.
feel always,
I love that.
and maybe I
One
take
of
it
the
more
things I get to
personally
do
than most
every
do,
month is I
but
go
when
through the
people
ID
lie to my
selects
face,
with the team and we vote internally
it's very
on
obnoxious,
games from
especially
different
for
ID
things that don't even
developers.
necessarily matter to me,
Daydreams is a game I'm really liking, little boy.
or
and
things that
his,
I feel as though are
toy,
unimportant.
Teddy bear
okay.
and kind of a single player type co-op game. It's fun.
I'm
I
sold.
think a
Sounds
couple
great.
months ago, High Water was a game that's really good. Like I love when I get a list of games from creators and teams I haven't seen before and get to dive in. I think there's like 15 of them. I play them, and my vote's just like anybody else's vote in terms of where they rank.
Sure, brother.
But that's fun. A lot of great games, a lot of kind of new things,
Bro,
and things
why
that have been
can't-
around for a while. Oh,
Feel like
and
they were
I'm
just-
here, so I'm not doing it.
This is like a puff
My
piece interview.
buggy in Starfield.
Oh,
I'm looking
yeah.
forward. I've been asking for Todd for vehicles. Come on, Todd. I want vehicles in this game. I'm tired of walking around this planet. And I thought the trailer for that looked really good last night, so I can't wait
incredible.
to drive around planets in Starfield.
Wonderful. And talking of driving, I'm personally, if anyone's wondering, super excited. Forza Horizon 5 is over there.
Yeah.
It's the game I cannot put down. Absolutely adore it. So if they've got something new cooking, I desperately need to see
New
Are we gonna
gameplay
see
mode.
Forza Horizon 6, guys?
So excited. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Thank
Hell,
you so much for
Sony
the chat.
lied the
Please
most.
enjoy
They
getting
all
your
fucking
hands on
lie.
our
Don't get me
lovely
wrong,
system we've
Teddy.
got Here, but
But
honestly, to these
I will
guys
say
here,
this.
because if,
All right.
like me, you've been eyeing
When
up
it
those
comes
new
to Phil
consoles, then
Spencer,
buckle
that
up, because
lie
we
with
want to
saying it's
help you
only
with one.
4
Now,
games
over to
was
Bex with more
the most
information.
obvious bullshit.
Well,
Nobody
thanks, Charlie.
believed it
So
even
not
when it
only
came
are
out of his
these hoodies
mouth, you know?
available for pre-order right now, anyone watching the broadcast has a chance to enter to win either the 1TB Xbox Series X All Digital Edition, by the way, the 1TB Xbox Series S, both in Robot White, or the grand prize of the 2TB Special Edition Galaxy Xbox Series X. I mean, look how gorgeous that is. To enter, just head over to twitch.tv/Xbox, check out the rules and all the info in the chat. And best of all, good luck. So, next up, we saw Forza Horizon 5's new gameplay mode reveal at the top of the show, the hide and seek. We
Why
are
are
now
all
gonna
the
look
interviewers
at some new wheels
at
that
Xbox
have been
fat
inspired
white women?
by Dallas Maverick star Luka Doncic, and best
They're
of
all fat
blessed
white
by the
women.
GOAT himself, Michael Jordan. So let's have a look.
Wait, we're talking to Michael Jordan? Oh no, Jordan has a car? God damn it. I want it. Yo, Unforgiven, what's up? Why are you watching just trash? Just play some games. You're not lying, brother. If I would have gotten home like 5 minutes later, I would have just did that. Yo, Big Bird! True Assassin, good to see you. Chasing stars. Still has to feel like shit knowing he lied so blatantly. I mean, it's more so shame. I wouldn't say it feels like... It's not like these people give a fuck about us at the end of the day. Let's be real now.
Hello, everyone. It is an honor to be here
Oh, it's
at
Sarah Bond's
Gamescom,
sister. Let's
representing
go.
the incredible work of our teams around the world.
Opinions
We have a
about
lot
Indiana
going on
Jones
here
coming
in
to
Cologne on the show
PS5 next
floor.
spring. I mean, that's
Right here
cool.
behind me,
More
attendees
people
can
get to play the game.
experience the demo for the
You know,
Diablo 4 Vessel of
I'm not
Hatred
really
expansion.
attached to Indiana
We are
Jones. I'm
also
not an
excited
Indiana
to be
Jones
speaking with
fan,
our
but
global community
I don't mind
here
more
on the
gamers
Xbox
getting the
broadcast
opportunity
over
to play the
coming
game.
days. During opening night live, we shared that this is a massive year
Pretty
for
sure she works
Blizzard,
at Gamescom. Maybe you're right.
particularly for World of Warcraft, the most ambitious creative endeavor
I can't
for the
say I'm
team since the
particularly
game's
paying
initial
attention
release
after all.
almost 20 years ago. Begins
up all
tomorrow,
night, so
with early access kicking off for our latest
attention
expansion,
span
The
is
War
quite
Within.
limited,
And
at least
tomorrow,
so.
Senior Game Director Ian Hazakostas and Associate Art Director Tina Wang will be sharing more about the team's work on
Wang.
the expansion.
That is
and the
such
role
a
it will play in the
terrible name to
three-part
have
World
as a
Soul Saga.
female.
Last
Wang?
night, we also
Holy
gave an overview
shit,
of some
brother.
new features coming to Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred. And we know you have a lot of questions.
Yo,
so
John
Diablo
Jones,
General
good
Manager
shit.
Rod Ferguson will be getting into the details of the new features coming with this expansion. And we'll share
Trickling
more
in,
about
we're
what's
trickling
coming
in. I
to
got
Diablo
started
Immortal.
just in time. Holy
We're
shit.
so excited to be here at Gamescom with Xbox and with all of you. Gaming is at its
Why does
very
she look
best
like
when
she's
we share our
crying?
experiences. And on behalf
She's
of
crying
everyone at
'cause she's a
Blizzard,
part of this
thank
bullshit.
you for being a part of our legendary worlds alongside us. Now, before I go,
She said
I
she has
wanna
to be a
leave you
part
with
of the
parting
lies.
gift from the Overwatch team. The origin story for our latest
She's
hero,
literally
Juno,
crying, though. What
now
the fuck?
available in Season 12. Enjoy.
Did your big sister Sarah Bond yell at you though? I mean, I think Sarah Bond and her are both pretty.
Flight,
I'm not gonna remember her name. She's just forever Sarah Bond's sister.
All systems appear optimal.
I just need a minute.
Oh
It
no,
is
it's a
so
bitch
hard
talking.
To say goodbye.
This is already
To the
like a
only home
50-50
I've
chance
ever
of being
known.
trash.
I understand. But the colony isn't safe anymore, and our window of opportunity is closing. So let's get you on your way to your new home.
Sarah Bond OnlyFans,
Next
yo!
stop, Earth.
Women detected.
Initiating
Steer clear.
boosters. In 3, 2, 1. Control?
Our sensors indicate an external issue.
External?
Follow protocols and you'll be fine. But you have to hurry.
This isn't Overwatch. No way. You can feel the SBI all over it, right? We'll see.
Careful. I'm going to find a way to save you.
Her eyes were melting. The light was melting her eyes. The real jokester. Why is it WoW on console and Game Pass? It's kind of hard to map certain controls for certain types of characters in WoW. Or at least that's what I heard.
Don't panic. You're okay.
I am definitely not okay.
You think Synthetic Man is to be bullied out of gaming?
Why did I
mean,
think I could
but think of why Synthetic Man is a thing.
Juno.
He's a symptom to an issue, a serious issue.
You've trained for this kind of thing your whole life. You have all the tools you need.
Okay.
Yo, Juan, what's good with you, fan?
All right.
I'm avoiding Goat
I have
Simulator
all the
remastered.
tools
I still have a digital copy on my PS4 or / PS5, so I could still play it digitally. So guys, hit the like button for me, man. What the fuck is this drawn out CGI trailer?
Control. Problem solved.
Hear that? We're all so proud of you.
And guess what? The audience
I
doesn't
want
give
you
a
to live
fuck.
long,
Like, the
happy
actual
life
audience
on Earth,
doesn't care.
sweetheart. Always remember. I love you.
So this is Mai's daughter or some shit? Because that did look like
I
Mai.
love you too, Mom.
I could be wrong though.
Okay, Earth.
I was a my player for like 5 minutes of Overwatch 1. Woke Watch 3.
Attention, unknown problem.
I'm fucking sleep.
And identify yourself.
Well, I think it's cool that more people get to play the game one.
I'm coming in. Very hot. Who is this?
But we can't ignore the lies, you know, the reality of the lies.
Your trajectory, and we'll have someone.
Yo, Scargut was good.
For my records.
Hi-Fi Rush sequel.
Where'd you come from?
I am from Mars.
Yeah. Yeah,
And my name
they're definitely trying to continue that, make it a franchise. What a fucking boring ass trailer.
It's one of the fastest selling games in
I'm
Blizzard's
fucking
history,
sleep.
and it just made headlines again at last night's opening night live. And here to give us
One.
an exclusive
Thank you for
look
being a
at
member
Diablo
for a month,
4's
homie.
newest expansion.
Xbox Showcase
Please welcome General
was
Manager Rod
butter.
Ferguson, Systems Designer Aislinn Hall, and Lead Game Designer Rex Dixon. Welcome, guys, to Gamescom.
Thank you for having us.
How
Great to
you
be
guys all
here.
doing? Yeah, it's
Are we
exciting
talking
stuff.
about like
Now,
how slippery
for
the
those of
lies
people
were?
out there that might have missed
I don't know,
what
bro.
happened last night, why don't you clue us in? What exactly did you just do?
Yeah, well, last night was exciting. So our game director for their Vessel of Hatred expansion, Brent Gibson, got on stage and he talked about something that we've been going even deeper on the expansion.
Feels like
we
a
talked
Cowboy
about the
Bebop
Spiritborn,
knockoff.
the class, we
Honestly,
talked about the
Undisputed
new
King
zone, the
Nate,
Hantu,
that's
talked about the new
disrespectful to
story
Cowboy
campaign, but we're
Bebop.
like, there's even
With all
more
due
in the
respect, sir.
expansion than that.
I
And so we really
can't-
want to get into
I
like
can't
different
sit
ways
here
that people
and
want to play the
co-sign
game.
this shit,
And so
holy fuck.
we introduced the Undercity
Blizzard of
Garage,
Washed,
which is our
yeah.
new dungeon, which Rex will talk about. We have our new
Yeesh.
Dark Citadel, which is our multiplayer co-op, and then the big thing was our trailer last night for our Mercenaries.
Ah, Mercenaries. Now, let's talk about them for a sec, because this is a brand new gameplay feature. We'll talk about new class and all that kind of stuff in a sec, but Mercenaries seems really interesting. You showed off like this vignette with 4 different characters. I mean, introduce
Cowboy
us to them.
Bebop?
Who are these people? Why did it feel like the right time to bring it in now? And how do you hope players are going to engage with the Mercenaries?
Yeah.
Rex?
So I think the franchise has a legacy of followers and mercs.
Hey,
And we wanted
Overwatch
to really
has a
reimagine
legacy.
that formula.
I'm fucking
And
dead.
so we added this feature called Mercenaries to the game.
I'm crying.
There's 4 mercenaries that you can recruit. One is Rahir.
Hey,
one is
disrespectful not
Variana,
stand? Absolutely
Subo,
not.
and
I
Altkin,
stand
the
with you,
demon
Astro
child, which
Zombie.
everyone got very
I'll
excited
fight
about
anyone
at
that
the show the
disrespects
other
Faye
night. And
Valentine.
so there's a lot of depth in mercenaries. So you'll meet Rahir in the campaign. He'll introduce you to this hideout called the Merc
Though she
Den.
is kind of
Within the Merc
an
Den, you
annoying
can find
cunt at
these
times,
quests.
admittedly so,
You have to
but
go on these
we still
story-based
stand
quests to
Faye.
actually acquire the Merc in order for them to party with you. So each Merc has his own backstory, his own personality. And then once you acquire them, you can bring them into your party with you. And essentially it facilitates a way that solo players never have to feel like they're alone
You know,
again.
they
'Cause
showed
now
this
they have
long
friend,
ass
this partner who can
trailer.
adventure with them.
There's this
And so
fucking
one of the ways that you progress
long
your
ass
Merc is you have
discussion.
each Merc has their own skill tree. And you can sort
You know
of
what
pick
would
and
have did
choose
been
which,
so much
skills
better
you want them
if they
to
just
have.
would have showed a
And it's a really
fucking
nice way to
gameplay
complement your
trailer
build. So whatever
instead
build
of
you're
doing
trying
all
to
this
go with,
bullshit
you can have the
discussion.
Merc set up so their skills kind of match and overlap with your own. We also have a system called rapport. The more you work with a Merc and the more you adventure with them, the more
Who
they
was
can
asking
sort of
me if I was
give you
gonna
more
cover
benefits and
Gamescom?
they can kind of grow in power. And so once you go back to the Merc
I
Den,
just
you
need
can
to remember
actually
who to
get
blame for
custom
this.
rewards that you can only get by progressing your Merc, building up that rapport.
'Cause I do my
in
best
order
to give you
access
guys
these
what you
really
want.
Awesome rewards at the end.
But
I'm
at
gonna
the
have to be
same
best
time,
friends with
too,
the
this
demon child
is
if I wanna see the
this
good
is a
stuff.
bit fucking
Absolutely.
much.
All right, I'm in.
And then this last feature we have is called reinforcements, where let's say you don't want to have
It
a
was
Merc in your
Devastator,
party
wasn't it,
all
Jacob?
the time. You can
See,
actually
Jacob,
say,
I appreciate
when
you
I
keeping
use this
tabs on
skill or
things. It
perform
was
an evade or
Devastator
something
asking.
Like that, I want this reinforcement.
Devastator, I
Merc
hope
to
you know
jump
this
on the
is
field,
all your
perform an
fucking fault,
action,
bro.
And jump back out again.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of depth, a lot of fun, and some great
Entirely your
storytelling in
fault.
the Mercs feature.
Yo,
Just to check,
Lord,
so Mercs,
please,
you can
my man,
equip
don't
one at a
put
time to complement your character.
Nah,
but you
nah,
can access all of
Devastator,
them
nah,
and
nah,
try
nah,
them all
nah,
out,
nah,
see which one
no,
works
brother.
best for you.
Correct.
It was
and you
you.
can mix and match your
I
combos.
do recall
you
it
can have two Mercs.
specifically
One is your
being
main
you.
Merc and one is your reinforcement.
Yes.
And if you're in a
Devastator, you've
party, the party
devastated
leader
us
can
all.
bring a Merc with them.
You've
Sick.
absolutely
Yeah.
devastated us
5
all.
things happening because there wasn't enough on screen already.
I agree.
Yeah, great. Well, have you got any particular favorite Mercs that you like
Might as
playing
well,
alongside?
True Assassin. You unlock more shit altogether.
Rahir, because
Good move.
Rahir's a dad, and his daughter is introduced in the campaign flow.
Oh.
And so I
Dude,
kind of like associate
Dying
myself
Light the
with him
Beast
because
looks
I'm
so
a dad
sick.
as well. I got two
Bro,
boys.
I don't give a fuck about
but
your
also, like,
family. I don't give a
have
fuck about
problem
what
when
you're
I play Diablo.
explaining.
I'm always specking into damage and DPS.
I know I'm an asshole, but I'm like, you know, I just did 8 hours of
armor,
a
increases
prison,
your defensive buff.
and I got
And
out.
so I actually rely on that to stay alive when I'm playing the game.
Nice. Aislinn, how about yourself?
Yeah, I absolutely
Oh my
love
God.
Mariana.
Stop
She's
flipping
just
me,
totally
bro.
wild. She's a butcher who's also a former cannibal, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
And I love playing aggressively. You know, I love building momentum and moving forward, forward, forward. And she has a kill streak mechanic, and that complements that very nicely.
That's a dude.
I like it. Rods?
I mean, the Demon Child. I think it's such a unique character in our world, and that explosive power, and the
I'm
fact that
pretty
it has sort of
sure.
the two sides, the human side and the demon side, is really cool to sort of complement the variety on the battlefield.
Okay, well, you've picked 3. I'll take the one left over.
You get
and-
Subo.
Yeah, I'll pick Subo.
I mean, who doesn't love a drunken archer, really? I mean, that's
Exactly.
you know,
Thank you. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun, but now, as promised, why don't we cover some
Yeah,
behind-the-scenes
son.
looks at the making
Oh,
Diablo 4 Wrestler Hatred. Check this out.
They were close to fooling me. They were close, but not quite. Not quite.
In Vessel of Hatred,
Yo, my
we
man
travel
Elliot
south to
with the
Nahantu,
4 months. I
a region
appreciate
with
you,
both
dog.
deep ancient jungles
Yo,
and vast sprawling plains.
Saberstrike.
It's the
Saberstrike
last
said
stretch
it.
of land in
It's
Sanctuary's
ma'am.
eastern continent, and we've packed it full of experiences for every type of player. In this expansion, there's a whole lot to explore under the dark canopy of Nahantu.
Nahantu is the southernmost region of the eastern continent that Diablo 4 has been taking place in. It's the last region that we haven't visited yet so far in the game, but it is one that we've been to before in Diablo.
Oh my
There's lots of new areas. We have 6 in total. 4 of them are jungle themed, and then we have 2 that are Red Rock Canyon, but each one of them has their own unique identity. When you first arrive in Nahantu, you're in this place called Lingering Hatred. This is high treetops canopies where you're almost walking amongst the branches high above the jungle floor.
Imagine
The amount of fat women and soy boys is just at an all-time fucking high. Holy
by this
shit,
thing
brother.
called the Hollows infestation.
I feel
the
you,
Hollows are a new
Devastator.
enemy that's
Same here,
associated with
man.
Mephisto. They themselves are kind of like a tar-like substance creature born straight out
Absolutely,
of the
no.
depths of hell.
I know a
feels a little
decent amount about
twisted.
Aerosmith.
There's,
I'm not gonna act like I'm a
sickness to
huge
the
fan or
area
anything.
itself.
Humans have ventured
Meat
into this
pie.
deep part of the jungle where there's
Christopher,
all
good to
this
see you.
poisonous plants and flora.
woman has
the Dregs
Adam
actually
Apple.
started experimenting with eating these hallucinogens, and it put them into this aggressive psycho rage.
You know, I'm
The
getting
dregs were
so
pretty
old
fun
now
because
that
we
I'm
were able
starting to
push
get
more
like
variety in the monster family. You have one
how
of
do you
these
say, like,
tall dregs, and then half of a body of
fucking
another dreg on
neck
top of it,
wrinkles?
kind of controlling it and
I'm
telling it
just
where
like,
to go
oh,
and tossing
God.
poisonous bombs at the player. When you come across it, it's very memorable.
And then we've also got the area of
shit you start to see
Tangaze, where you've
when
got
you
the
fucking
Tangaze
start
Plateau,
aging.
which
Holy
is full of these
fuck.
red rocked plateaus and canyons.
I'm like, bro, how do
Imagine
I have
getting
neck
up above
wrinkles?
The land. Those gigantic walls have pockets inside
Like
where
favorite
monsters
game?
could live. It offered up a lot of opportunity to bring back a monster family like the Lucuni.
We're bringing
probably
them back in a new way
between-
here as a fully fleshed out
it's
monster
so
family
hard.
with multiple classes.
What a more brute force looks like, what a caster looks like.
There's
they are
so
very
many,
much
dude.
apex
How can I
predators,
pick?
and we're definitely in their territory.
I gotta throw out
And then
like
there's a
Mafia
little sub-area
2.
called the Skittering Earth.
The name alone makes
Legacy
your
of
skin
Goku
crawl.
2.
It's bug infested, and you can see how the bugs have destroyed.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion
the
was up there.
jungles
You know,
and
I
kind of
can't really say
input
Elder
their
Scrolls
influence
Oblivion
on
is
it.
still my
Within
all-time
the
favorite
Field
game.
of
It's not
Giants, you
anymore,
have
but
these giant
there was a
corpses
time
of
where
these long-dead demons
that was my
that
obsession.
Humans have
They're
begun
talking
to
about
mine
Diablo 2,
away
Miss
at
Bella.
for
How
their
are you today?
resources.
Good morning.
While they've got
Cindy
a lot
Star,
of use
good
out
morning
of
to
them,
you.
they're also toxic to the land around it.
It's called
The
Technic.
notion of
Really?
massive demons walking sanctuary
And I
1,000
have-
years
so
ago
now it
is
kinda-
really thought-provoking.
Funny enough, it looks like I
Plateau's
have an
also
Adam's
got
apple.
just this beautiful color scheme to the lighting. It's really lovely to be there. And
I'm
then
really a dude,
horrific
guys,
at the
this
same
whole
time.
time.
You know, it's great.
I'm joking.
The mercenaries in
Motherfuckers
Vessel of
would believe it,
Hatred
too.
are a group of people who
Yeah, exposed,
we like
right?
to
Holy
describe
shit,
as
brother.
ordinary people with extraordinary skills. They have the same level of will to fight against the demons of hell.
And there's 4 mercs that you can collect over the course of the campaign. Starts with Rahir, a blacksmith and a shield bearer is more defensive fighter.
Yo,
Keys,
Kenneth, thank you
have
so
to go
much
in
for
there and
being a
soak up damage,
mainstream member
use
for
his shield as a
7
bulwark
months. Holy
against
shit,
the
brother.
enemy.
Said we
Meet him
getting
early on in
old,
the
new
campaign,
generation
he's
loves
one who
third-party games.
introduces you to the mercenary
I mean, I've
network.
always
You
loved
end up
third-party
finding
games, though.
acquisition quests for 3 other mercs that you can find throughout the course of the story.
Exposed track goes hard. Absolutely, it's fucking. It's now like an official fucking classic.
People who want someone who's out of the main melee, in the back, offering
I'm
utility and that
fucking
kind of
bored.
range support.
Then we have
You started a
Ariana,
Mafia.
Berserker Crone,
What name would you
melee
call your
combat
Mafia?
fighter, close range. She's got a really cool combat meter, a massacre
So
meter. Where
when
you
I
need to keep
start
killing enemies
clans,
to get
I
the
name
meter
my
to be
clan
filled.
the
It's got a
Dapper
bunch of really
Dons.
interesting utility skills that you can kind of build in.
Finally, we have the Demon
That's
Chop
my
Alkin,
go-to
who's a
clan
magic
name, the
user
Dapper
who can
Dons.
transform himself from human form to demon form and join you in
If
combat.
you know, you know.
There's this really great reinforcement ability where you can take one of the mercenary skills and attach it to one of your powers so that when you use that skill, it calls them in to do a specific skill.
With the mercenaries for Vessel of Hatred, one of the things we are expanding
Eating a
on is
pizza?
the skill tree.
That sounds
For
scary.
Diablo 3, you had a very
I
basic
hope it's not in a
type
microwave.
of mercenary, but this time you can actually push a little bit more
Goon Gang
into
for
that
life.
skill tree and
No,
make
it's
the
Lazy
mercenary
Gang now,
the way you
Juan.
would wanna
We're
play.
here, it's Lazy
Going
Gang.
through each mercenary progression arc and outfitting their skill tree so that it's
Miss Bella, I'm
complementary
doing good.
to
I
your
just got
character
home from
build.
work.
I think
and
that's where the fun in the
got home
mercenary
with like
system
8
really
minutes to spare. I ran upstairs, got out of my work uniform, and
The Dark Citadel
managed to
is
fire
new
up a
in-game
stream.
feature
I didn't
that's
think I was going to
coming
be able
in
to.
Vessel of Hatred. It's an entirely cooperative player experience. All the mechanics within it are based around you.
But it
working
was fun
together
hanging
with
out
your
with
party
y'all
members
yesterday,
to
even
solve
if
the
you were watching a
challenges and
torture
face the
device
first
known as
cause for our
Gamescom.
hordes within.
So I was
One
like,
of
yeah,
the
fuck it,
outcomes
man,
of
let's
the
try it
Mage
again.
Wars is this giant crater and all the souls that
It's gonna
were
be
kind
a
of lost
stream
in it
week.
from those
Holy fuck.
wars.
Stalker 2 and Adam Fall will
The first
hopefully
Khazra,
be
who
soon.
are kind of the original
Yeah?
Khazra,
Love to see it.
they're using the powers within
Yes,
the Citadel,
Lord
found within this
Blazefire, I
crater,
respect you,
to
only Oven.
perform experiments to try and bring back their Dark God.
Only recently,
To be honest,
people
Toaster
have started
Oven
going
isn't so
missing.
bad either.
They head into the Khazra region, they disappear, never to be seen again.
No,
so it's clear
I'm
that
gonna,
whatever they're
no,
planning is about
I'm
to
not,
come to
unless
fruition, and
Borderlands
your job
4
as
is a
the
free-to-play
players to get in
game,
there
I
and
will
stop
not
it.
even
Citadels
download
are
it.
a place where we take what is the best part of Diablo,
I
combat,
don't know. It's like I
and
feel
we
like a
test
few
it
of my
in a
friends are
different
gonna
way,
buy it,
which is
but
adding in cooperative mechanics that you have to manage on top of that.
is it
For
really
example,
gonna be a
boss
good
has an
game?
attack.
No.
As a player, you have to collect an
Borderlands
item
4
that
is not
allows
gonna
you
be
to
a good
reflect
game.
the attack back at
We'd
him.
just
So
be
there's a little bit of
settling.
a Twitch level mechanic there where you actually have to time your reaction shot. What's interesting about it is when you get multiple people in there, we're each responsible for reflecting
And
that
people are
shot
just like,
once,
well,
so
it
we all
didn't
have
come
to sort
out
of master
yet.
the timing of
Blah,
that
blah,
move.
blah. It could
You
end up
can't do
being a
that
good
kind of thing
game. You
without
can't
coordinating
prejudge
as a
it. You
team,
didn't
and that's
even
sort of
try
the
the game.
example
We
of
didn't even
what
see
Citadel
gameplay.
feels like.
When designing the
Gearbox
Citadel,
hasn't
we
put
designed
out a
lot
good
of really
game
cool
since
bosses.
Borderlands
And so one of the
2.
things that we did is
And
we took that design and
Someone in
made,
the chat
armor
said
sets
that
for
was a
each of the
fluke, and you know
classes.
what? I happen
That
to
way you
believe
feel
they
like you took their
accidentally made a
armor
good
and
game
you
as
feel like
well.
you're wearing a little bit of them after your victory.
We also have a currency that's dedicated to the Citadel,
If I
where
buy it,
as you play through,
like,
the
hate playing
vendor
it.
can be interacted with to buy custom cosmetics that are unique to the Citadel.
I don't even want to give
You
them
can play
money,
with
you
two
know?
people, but the ideal experience is for 4.
Borderlands
In order
3
to
is
facilitate
fucking atrocious,
that,
the
we've
story.
built an all-new Party Finder feature.
Fucking
and the community has
god-awful
been
story.
pretty vocal about wanting this for a
Oh my
long
god.
time. It made a lot of sense to us to
I
pair
used
it
to
with this new
be
Citadel
a
mode.
massive
Really
Alicia
is an
Keys
activity
fan.
that's geared towards
Like
people
massive,
who
like,
love to play together with
I
their
was a
friends
super
or with
fucking
strangers
fangirl.
and enjoy that cooperative gameplay.
I had T-shirts. I never went to an Alicia
I
Keys
cannot
concert,
wait for players to
unfortunately,
get
but
into the world. I'm really just excited
nonetheless,
for
I
people to
was
see
very
all the
dedicated
little
fan.
hidden
And then Girl
storytelling
on Fire
elements
played
that
at the
the
end
teams
of
fit in.
Borderlands
Just
3.
interesting things to find
And
see and discover
my
around
love
every
of Alicia
corner.
Keys,
And
it
it's just
died
a really
in that
great
moment.
experience getting to explore Nahatu.
Mind you, also, the album itself was fucking god-awful, too. Her Girl on Fire album was shit. But that was the moment where I just didn't care
that
anymore.
Is a fantastic idea. I mean, the amount of times I log on and a buddy's not there or whatever, now I can fill that gap.
Couldn't finish 3.
Who needs friends
I
anymore,
finished
right?
3 with friends.
There was a lot in that. I want to talk specifically first about the Dark Citadel because as a guy that's into his endgame activities,
Minecraft
that's
Dungeons
a
is
really
boring. It was
creative way
too
to
easy when I was
bring
playing it.
players together and actually work things out. So
Still
tell us
collect vinyl records.
what actually will
7
players
Evans,
have
shout
to
out
do
to you,
inside
brother.
Dark Citadel to earn some rewards, get through it alive.
That's a
So
hobby
it's
I'm
really
glad I
unique
didn't get
model for
into.
us. And again, Dark Citadel is built
For many
towards
reasons,
endgame,
money,
And we're
space.
doing more in Vessel of Hatred to push players through the campaign and then into the end game.
The
Where we think some of the
absolute
best content
anal
is.
way I'd go about
so Dark
collecting
Citadel will
and then
require at
eventually
least 2
being broke
players to
because
get
of it.
through. and requires a lot of communication between
Severin, I know
players to
that you're a
overcome challenges.
hardcore fucking collector, and I gotta
Every
respect
week
that.
there's going to be updated rewards, so there's always a reason to go back and do it again because there's going to
Father
be some new
instilled in
stuff
you
in
the-
there,
that makes
including
sense.
one
I
very
can see
big
that.
fan
Alicia
requested
Vault
feature, which
keys.
is our scroll of retempering. So no more
Pretty
big
much, right?
items. You'll be able to apply this.
I don't know
scroll and
what the
get
fuck
all,
this is, Mikey,
retempering charges on
besides
that
torture.
item. So I know everyone's very excited
funded
about
the Borderlands
that.
collection twice
and
on
Dark
Switch and
Citadel's
Steam.
the best place to go to get that.
Major performance
Excellent.
issues.
Well,
Ugh,
there
playing
is
it
a
on
lot in
Switch
that,
was
but it isn't
fucking
the
horrible.
only thing that you're launching on October 8th. So, what else we got to look forward to?
Yeah, so on October 8th, we're also going to be launching Season 6 alongside Vessel of Hatred. And Season 6 is going to have a ton of content that's bespoke. It's totally separate and unique to Season 6, and it's going to be free for all Diablo 4 players, which is awesome.
I thought my voice was annoying.
We're going to be talking a lot more about the details of the content of Season 6 in the coming months, but there's not going to just
I haven't got Wukong
be
yet.
new
I'm waiting to
content
get a
coming in
lower
Season
price,
6.
and I gotta pay bills and
Alongside
eat.
Season
Yeah,
6
I understand
and
that.
Vessel of Hatred, we also have major character progression updates coming to Diablo 4.
Oh my god, I can hear like
surely.
the popping.
You're teasing me too much. What else you got?
Yeah.
I can
So
hear
if
the
you're familiar or
saliva.
You've played Season 4 Loot Reborn. You know we did a lot of itemization changes
Your
that kind of
voice was
fundamentally
slightly
alter a
annoying.
lot about how you're playing the game and how you're getting rewards. The scope of the character progression changes that are coming in Season 6 are...
It's bad when I can
it's
hear
the
the
same.
saliva
it's
in your
the same
mouth.
with
Ugh.
Grand scale. There's a lot of changes coming to character progression, a lot of improvements coming. I'd love to talk a little bit about the goals and also a little bit about some Paragon changes.
They
that
had
are
to
coming
adjust
with
their
character
seat because
progression
they were
updates.
accidentally sitting on
Yeah,
their ball
so
sack.
really, when we were thinking about these changes, we took a bird's eye view and we wanted to think about how can we make put the power in the player's hands of how they want to interact with the challenge that Diablo 4 provides in the game. We wanted to make sure that you could opt in to your challenge level that you're comfortable with so that you can set your own pace in any activity throughout all of Diablo 4.
Oh man.
And so we've applied, basically, you know, if you've played Season 4 Loot Reborn, or you've
Oh
played some in
man,
Season 5,
I
you
wouldn't
might
be
be familiar
surprised
with
if
the
I can.
Profane Mind Cage.
I'll be surprised if I
That's
don't get
an
canceled
item
by
that
the
allows
news
you
here.
in Hell Tides to up the level of the monsters,
Hey,
up
Rome,
the
I was
difficulty,
letting them
but you get more
adjust,
rewards
you know,
as
their
well.
seats so
And
they
we've
weren't
kind of
sitting on
applied
their
that
ball sack
philosophy
anymore,
throughout
bro.
all of Diablo 4. You can kind of opt into your own challenge and then get more stuff because of it.
Sick.
And then alongside that,
Yo,
we
them
also
people
have
look
a
so
lot of
hyped to
changes
be playing
coming to,
Diablo 4.
Paragon. We wanted to add depth
Said
and
Paragon.
choice to the Paragon system, but we know that it's pretty daunting for some people, right? So we wanted to make sure that while we were doing that, we weren't increasing the complexity, right? We want to make sure that it's still very, that it's an approachable thing, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. And I could go on forever and ever and ever about this for hours. But we're going to have a lot more details in a developer live stream on August 29th.
I'm fucking
We're going to
sleep.
have a campfire chat where we're going to be talking all about the specifics of these things.
Awesome. I'm absolutely buzzing to see it.
I mean, the best way to phrase it is like what Season 4 did
They're
to Loot,
pretending
Season 6 will do
to
to
be
progression.
excited.
Excellent.
Gotta love
And the
it.
thing too, but just go back to the Party Finder, like there's things that people look at, like what's part of the expansion and what's not. Party Finder is coming to the game, not just to the expansion. So
Breaking
and
news,
what's great
loving
about it is
content
not only
creator,
can you
Cult
access
Classic
it through the
Cage
social
has been
menu that you
canceled.
can see, or you can access it through your remote wheel. You can actually access from the map. So when you say, oh, I'm going to go do this dungeon, you can say, and list it as a party that people come join me in this dungeon. So it's a feature that's going to apply to the entire game.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I should also mention, in addition to Dark Citadel, we have another mode that we're bringing to the table, which is called Undercity.
Oh yeah, there's been a
And
lot of
Undercity
that
is a
so
time
far,
dungeon
Severin.
where you want to beat it before the timer runs out. And that mode has modifiable rewards. So you get these things called
All right,
tributes. and
egghead,
depending
can
on
we
which tribute you
please
use,
move the
you can
fuck
modify and scale
on?
your rewards with the difficulty. It's a really cool mode. We're really excited. And one of the reasons we built these two modes is this concept of new ways to play. Right? People love our game. They love Nightmare Dungeons. They love
No, they
Whispers.
don't.
They love Hell Tides. But
No,
what
they
we really
don't.
want to do is make sure we have enough canvas so that every user can find something that is uniquely suited to them. And that's what New Ways to Play is all about.
Rather hear
Me and my
Bethesda
friends,
talk
we
about
just love being able
76.
to have a
Oh
bit of
God,
choice, which is
Devastator, no.
Really fun in Infernal Hordes in
Starfield,
the current season,
please.
for example, and being able to tailor exactly how
Please get off
messed
the
up we
stage
want this
side.
level to get is really fun. So the fact that it's
Good
getting
morning there,
applied to
guys. I
more
appreciate
aspects of
y'all
Diablo
being
is-
here, man.
That's awesome to hear. But between now and and the season 6
Another
launch
related
and
news,
Vessel
Cult
of
Classic
Hatred,
Cage
what
exposed
other
as an
activities
Alicia
can players
Keys
get up to whilst
fangirl.
they wait?
Absolutely.
I mean, really, it's jumping into season 5. You know, like you were talking about, season 5 continues the pace of season 4. You can level up really fast. It's very exciting. The Infernal Hordes is a great new mode. Which is like,
fun. Oh, man, you
it's
guys are
basically
actually
it's sort of a
76
horde mode
fans.
where wave
Holy
after
shit.
wave are coming after you. Can go
My
and fight
condolences
the
to your
Fell Council
soul.
to get your rewards from that. But that's really the big thing. And like, just even if you haven't played through the campaign yet,
I bought
that's one of the nice
76
things
like a few
about
months
the Vessel
ago,
of
and I'm
Hatred
like, let me give it a
is that
try. You know, everyone's
it is
saying
a
that's actually
continuation
pretty
of that
decent
story.
now.
So where Nayrel left at the end of the
I can't do
game,
it.
you can pick that story up and you get to continue and play. So if you haven't played
Shout
through
out
the
to
campaign
y'all.
yet,
I don't know what
now's a
y'all
great
seen
time.
it.
And I would be,
I
you know, I
can't.
have to also do the pitch, right? Like,
Go
like
on.
it's an awesome time to pre-purchase the expansion. You know,
No.
one of the things we had some great
No,
incentives
do
before,
not
where you get the new
pre-purchase.
cat mount, you get new armor, you get pets now, you snow leopard and the tiger that'll follow you around and pick up stuff for you. But with last night, we actually added 2 more. Where not only do you have angel wings that we had before, we added demon wings last night. So if you've already, so if you've already pre-purchased, you'll get your demon wings. They're coming or they're there. But it's a good time. And then we actually added with the deluxe and the ultimate edition, we've actually added 1 month of ultimate game pass. So if you haven't, you know, jumped in yet, or if you want to add an extra month onto your subscription, you know, pick up the pre-purchase, and you'll get an extra month. And I already got my code last night. I watched the show, got back to my hotel room, and there was my code for a month of ultimate. So it was awesome.
Now you got to find some other games to play while you're on that as well.
Yeah, well,
in between Diablo and
is
I
that
can't
possible? I
fucking
don't
take
know.
it, guys.
That's
They're
true. I
driving
mean,
me
I've already
nuts,
put in
man.
quite a few hours into the current season, and yeah, it's so much fun as is, and I just can't wait to see the season 6 drop as well. And Vessel's looking great, new class as well. I mean,
Yeah, pre-order,
please,
please,
you guys
please,
have just killed all my free time.
Well, it's great when it's the nice things that we have
It's
a demo
almost like
deck,
their
they come to the
jobs
booth
depend
here,
on
we
pre-order
have the
numbers,
whole
I'm just saying.
not too corrupted, you know, temple, and it's actually got a 20-minute demo of the Spiritborn. And what's great about it is you go in.
By the
and
way,
you
guys,
pick whether you want to be a gorilla.
follow me on my
type
new
or
Twitter
centipede
account.
type or jaguar
My old
type
Twitter
or
account
eagle
got
type
yeeted. I'm
based
posting
on
the link
Spirit
in
Guardians.
the
But then
chat.
when it sort of clicks in after
That's my
you
new
played it
Twitter
for a little
account.
bit, like,
Follow me
wait,
there.
these aren't 4 different classes. This is one class with this amount of variety that I can apply to it. And so you can go in and double down on the Jaguar. Like my shirt
Yeah,
says,
this is
like,
depression.
if you can be a
Like
Jaguar,
pure
be a
utter
Jaguar.
depression.
Right? Like, but
This is the
you know,
state
you
of
also can
Xbox,
be,
guys.
you can,
I'm sorry.
You can mix and match. You can be half centipede, half gorilla, and create really cool mixtures and unique play styles. And so, you know, it's really exciting to watch people get their hands on. This is the first place that, you know, outside of press and content creators, people have been able to play, and it's been fun just to watch them play.
I just want everyone to know this is all Devastator's fault.
You know, thanks a lot. You're going to stick around because we need to talk about that. Rex, Aislinn, thanks so much for joining us. Changing gears now, though, we are, for those of you who have been counting down the days to September's Diablo Immortal major update, we've got a sneak peek at the making of Immortal's hellish bosses, including the rebirth of
They're
the Dark
talking
Lord of
about
Terror
Diablo.
himself.
They're basically spent the past 15 minutes begging people to play and pre-order some bullshit Diablo expansion.
Horrors that you are fighting. Our boss experiences aren't something that you can get in any other game.
We are giving players this heightened
Oh
sense
no,
of
Devastator.
horror. We have
Just
to
like I
deliver the
agree
player
that
with experience that they're the
throwing
hero.
Xbox under the bus for not including ABK
definitely
sales
hit
are petty as fuck
everybody's
and
personal
makes no
horror
sense.
stories.
It
So we're
also
at, like,
makes
50
no sense
bosses
to
now.
acknowledge
Some of our
that
bosses in Immortal
ABK
are incredibly
is
deadly.
Xbox
And we're
now.
really proud to be able to actually have the ability to bring Diablo back into our universe.
Everything that Diablo does, everything that Diablo says,
Soylent,
needs
Soylent,
to be
more
unnerving,
Soylent.
terrifying.
It is going to be a very, very difficult battle.
The music changes, the environment changes, and all of a sudden, you have to fight for your life.
The process of designing a Diablo boss is usually quite organic.
All I've witnessed is soy and cows. How did these mix? I will never know.
Mechanical idea. Sometimes it starts with kind of a narrative germ.
The story team is going to have a lot of say in terms of like, what is the fiction behind the boss? And so what is the feel behind the boss?
In some zones, we are going to lavish incredible build-up on a boss, especially the final boss. In Tristram Cathedral,
so on
before you fight
PlayStation
Albrecht,
console
the first
Gremlins
Shardborn,
mass
there's
reported
a whole
me.
quest line that has you exploring the ruins of
It
the
was
Orc
amazing. It was
and
worth it.
learning about his past. And so at the end, when you face
I'm
him,
fucking bored
there's
to
this
death.
context
Holy
and
shit,
kind of
brother.
a richness to the things that he is saying to you.
I thought Gamescom yesterday was boring.
That if you are paying attention
It's almost
to the
like
dialogue, will maybe resonate
a
a little bit
competition
more
to be the most boring. The way this dude does his hair is purposely to try and hide the fact that they're balding. Which is making them even more bald because his hair is complete totally
mechanics down
like,
and how they feel the
complete
battle
total
should
mess.
go, then they get
Yes,
all
console
that together and
gremlins
then
are
it gets passed off to art.
When it comes to
Fuck yeah,
designing
brother.
a Diablo boss, there definitely is a long list of visual elements that we go to. Spikes, demon horns, rotten skin, decaying skin, burnt skin, different diseased skin. How do we stretch the skin out to make it look really uncomfortable? We take different parts of the body and then we twist them in very uncomfortable, awkward ways. We love
they feel
using different
completely
humanoid
fine
bodies
showing
and
off
then
this
almost
kind of
melting
bullshit.
them together.
But damn, if they
The
show off
intention in
some
creating Diablo
some
bosses
side
is
boob,
to instill a general feeling of
bro,
unease.
all hell is broken
So
loose.
if it starts to feel like we have pushed it too hard, that's usually the comfort spots.
If you
We
prayed
have
it
so
in,
many
this wouldn't
different
happen.
representations
Nightmare.
of evil and horror. So no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you can always
It is what
bet
it is.
that there is something in our game that is going to
Nope, no
terrify
sexy
you.
women, but all this nasty, disgusting shit here.
So we have many different kinds
Completely
of bosses in Diablo Immortal. Bosses that are almost too big for the level. They're not mobile. You only see the top half of the
Show
body.
some side boob
We
and
have
it's
tanks
fucking
where
over,
the
guys.
main goal
Yo,
is
Silent
to just
Joker, what's good with your brother?
this big, giant hunk of meat and beat it up until it dies. We have co-op bosses that are, better with friends, working together as a team to really take on these puzzles that the bosses present. And then we have mind-bending bosses that really change the way you play the game, what your perception is of the boss. But my favorite boss in the game is the Butcher.
Bringing the Butcher into Diablo Immortal was quite a journey for
Wow.
us because it is such a
What
beloved
a boring
character
looking
in
boss.
the Diablo
I'm
lore.
not gonna lie.
When I was playing Diablo
I'm not
1
familiar with
for the
Diablo
first
lore,
time,
but
there was this shock associated
Yo,
with
Chiefin, what's good with
encountering
you, dog?
the Butcher. You open the door,
Did your
he
thing
steps
on
out,
exposing
he's
X-Ball.
cleaving you very, very fast.
You got serious
You're
balls,
like,
girl. I
I've never seen
appreciate
anything
that,
like
man.
this before. What the hell is happening? I'm dead.
We wanted the Butcher to be the real
I mean, really, it's
Butcher
just talking
from
about
the
how-
first Diablo. So
how,
it was
like,
kind
these
of like,
insane
how do we
fanboys
bring
are,
him
you know?
into our game?
They are afraid of their
and
audience.
What can we make more special about this particular
Free the
encounter?
nipple.
Our Butcher
I wouldn't say
is
the nipple,
super
but-
intimidating. He's a gigantic boss, towering
Holy
above the
shit,
player.
bro.
This is the Butcher that was basically too angry to die. He's
You can
just
truly
shoving his
measure
guts
a
back
game's
in.
quality
He's
by
got
how
the
much
chain that he
side boob is in
throws.
it.
He's got the rush. He's got the fire coming out of the ground. And it's
But they
just
show
a
more
fun,
gameplay.
nostalgic fight.
Ugh. Yeah, it's been a lot of Diablo talk. There's
Building towards this encounter with Diablo.
we
since the
got
launch
to
of the game.
witness Phil
Diablo
Spencer
is
skirt the
Lord
fact that
of
he
terror.
lied so openly.
His food and drink
dude's
is
fucking
the
hair is
fear
killing
of
me,
other
bro.
beings.
He has this very recognizable silhouettes with his giant horns on his head and also down
The
his
Butcher
back.
is the OG first
he has
boss
this
in the
very
original Diablo.
intimidating smile
He
that
was
is signature
terrifying
to
then.
Diablo.
He's literally butchering
Diablo
the
having a
residents
World
of
Stone
the
shard
town
means he's
to
entering the
feed to
nuclear age.
demons. Gotcha.
He
I
is
appreciate that lore.
now walking around with a weapon of mass destruction to bend reality.
Dude, this
to
fucking
perhaps
Xbox
create new
event is a
realities.
weapon of mass
The whole
destruction.
team is
Holy
excited.
shit.
It's electric. Getting to bring back Big Red and then unleash him not just on one boss fight, but on an entire zone, on Sanctuary itself.
This Diablo is going to deliver a very epic experience, as good as any other Diablo games.
It's going to be the best.
Oh my
best
god,
Diablo
look,
ever.
you saw his
I
like
said it
little
here
rainbow
first.
Diablo
It's going
shirt.
to be possibly the most difficult battle in the game ever.
Well, they're called Lilith's Mightiest Warriors, and no, I'm not just talking about our guests here, but joining us once again, this time to tell us more about what we just saw. We've got Diablo's GM, Rod Ferguson, and please welcome Diablo Immortal's executive producer, Pei Wen Yao.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us, Pei Wen.
Thanks for having me.
What the hell was that all about? Are you kidding me? That's got huge implications for the lore of Diablo, because you're bringing him back.
Yeah, well,
Tell me about this.
I mean, it's a thing that I don't think everybody really knows what Diablo Immortal is, really. So let's start with there.
Okay, fair.
Like, I think Diablo Immortal, the way to think about Diablo Immortal is our free-to-play offering in Diablo. It's a way to bring more players in. We wanted to go where the players are, and we were like, okay, not everybody is part of the mainline Diablo 4 world. So this is a way to reach players where they are. And so we have this great free-to-play, huge campaign, over 11 zones. You get 8 classes. We just added 2 over the last 2 years.
Best class.
The best, yes.
The best class.
Still talking
With
about Diablo.
the Blood Knight and the Tempest, our new classes. And so it's really an exciting time. And so the story, the campaign, which is, again, over these 11 zones, is basically you're working with Deckard Cain to beat this demon Skarn. Now, what's happened is that this takes place between Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. So that's why Deckard Cain's still alive, and we're able to bring Diablo back. So it's a really exciting time, and this is what this whole year has been leading up to. This is the age of unmaking. This is the return of Diablo.
Forget
and
you guys have
it for like over the last couple of years now.
Yeah, totally. I think, you
Bro.
can tell Diablo is very major
Sword
character
boys.
in the Diablo
There's
franchise, and
one of
we have
them
that
there.
on our
Definitely, I
splash
know they
screen
got
all the
it.
time. So I
We're
don't know if it's a
definitely not
plan, but this
posing.
is truly the most important chapter of the story, that where it starts. And Diablo is very significant because it's one of the original antagonists. It's one of the 3 primevals. So I think in the history of Diablo story, Diablo world is Diablo has this reputation of corrupting people's minds, corrupting humanity, and twist people's minds. So when it comes down to the word, that means something is really going down.
So what does that mean for the people who are here at
Bro.
Gamescom? Do they get to experience that now? What experience have you
My man
brought
Mo
for them on the
Chocolate.
booth?
Yeah, so
yo, I am
well,
bored.
first of all, we're really
fucking
honored to
game.
be here, Gamescom. Like Rod mentioned, Diablo Immortal is our first take of mobile version of Diablo World, on the
Yo,
phone,
Philip,
on
you
the
need to get on these
smartphone.
dudes'
So
asses
our
and
mission
get
is to
these
reach
lights up,
more
brother.
audience, and that's why we come here at Gamescom.
No, I'm fucking
Today we
with you.
brought into a beautiful booth right here.
That's great.
Yeah, this is one of the most
bro.
important content and gameplay in
I
our
don't even
game
hear
called the
anything
Holocaust
going
Boss.
on because I since
So
took my
Holocaust Boss
headset
in our
off.
game
But
is
holy
basically
shit, dude, they are really
it
serious
represents
about
your
Diablo.
power. It represents your power progression because all those bosses
This
are
is
your
such a
power
turn off.
gates. You have to beat them in order to get to the next difficulty level. So as you go through the game, you will feel you're getting stronger, and you're going to more difficulty level. You get more stuff, the loot and the dungeon and the zoom. Most important thing about Diablo Immortal is that we want to create this very sociable, very lifestyle kind of gameplay. So for Helicarry Boss, you can actually you can either play a solo, or you can bring your friends over there. And that's what we bring here. We built a tournament that 4 players come in to the booth and they can play, and you can just rank on the leaderboard and get awesome rewards.
Yeah, you have to beat 2 bosses, so there's like a 2 phase. You have to beat 2 bosses, and right now the fastest is about 2 minutes 45 to get through.
Think I got a shot?
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah, thanks.
absolutely.
Thanks.
No, I know you play a lot. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's right.
But anybody can do it. But it's really interesting, like that what Paywin is talking about. There's been over 50 bosses made in this sort of these Helicarry bosses, and it's really exciting to see. It's part of the progression. So it's always fun to have these new and interesting and different types of fights to have. And the fact that it's on mobile, but also on PC, like you can play free to play on PC today, and it's a great experience.
So players at home can also still experience the Helicarry bosses right now, or is
yeah.
Same content,
Awesome.
same game, and cross progression, cross play.
So tell me about then the build up to
Biggie
Diablo
Ben fell
time.
asleep,
What
bro.
can players expect
I'm trying to follow him
What
in
kind of
his
content can they
footsteps.
get into right now and in the
Damage
lead
number
up
scary.
to that content dropping?
Yeah, so next few months is gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be the most exciting story chapter of Diablo Immortal. It's gonna
very pretty.
divide into, like the main quest line, the storyline is gonna divide into 2 parts. So we're gonna keep some in the future, but
Oh
the
my
latest
God, her
one
voice,
that's gonna
holy
come out
shit.
is in September.
Holy
It's a
fuck.
release we call it Crucible of Justice. This is where the story we're gonna review a very powerful weapon. It's called the Eldrim. It's a holy sword, and the player is gonna go through the mission, the quest of purify that sword, and that sword is the secret weapon to kill Diablo. So you have to find the sword and
Dude.
purify it goes to the
my
ritual.
God.
And for player, the ritual,
Yes,
you know,
she's quite pretty.
I think if you play Diablo Immortal, you know, player is the hero. Player, you play the hero, you save the sanctuary, you save the humanity, but the sanctuary is corrupted, it's dark, and that darkness casts into players as well. So the ritual of purifying this Eldrim is actually a symbolic move of player
people like
that
what they like, that's
they
all.
willing to sacrifice themselves
Don't
for
diss
the
your wife.
humanity, and that they want to prove themselves to be worthy to use the Eldrim, the holy sword, to kill Diablo. So that is the first part of the September release, and then we're gonna save the second part to the December, our holiday time, and we're gonna release the second part, which is the most exciting part, that you're finally gonna face the Diablo. And with the Diablo boss itself, we also introduce a amazing zone.
Oh my God,
It's
we're gonna
called the
have,
War's Crown.
We're
You
gonna
know, Zoe
fight.
is one
Wow,
of
so
our
Hypnotic
very,
has
very
waifu
important
battles,
content in
and
the
we're
game as
actually
well. It's
instead of
beautifully
waifu
designed.
battles
Not
here on the
traditional
Cult Classic
concept of
Cage
beautiful,
Show,
but
we're gonna
it's-
have
I don't think I've ever heard the word
dudes
skin
fight
used
for waifus.
many times.
There we
I'm
go.
a little concerned, but I'll trust you guys.
It fits the word. It's
Watch out, throw down for
beautifully
waifus. Let's go.
designed. It's very dedicatedly, you know, created, and it's icy. It's barren, and it's that way is because Diablo travels through
strong,
that continent
independent
and
woman.
transform the place.
She don't need no
so
man,
it's
right,
like very
Chris?
depressing. You know, all the cast coming down to the earth. Well, that's why, you know, players are here to save the world.
Stalker 2 's supposed to be
yeah,
next.
and
Oh
when
my
player
God,
travels
please!
through
It couldn't
this
come
War's
fucking
Crown,
fast enough.
you're gonna
Pause.
encounter a lot of
What the
enemies.
fuck
you
are
know,
we
you're
doing
gonna
here,
defeat
guys?
them. Eventually, you're going to encounter the Diablo as the final boss.
Yeah, I mean, you know Tyrael. Like Tyrael
Yeah.
is like, when you think about like recognizable characters in the Diablo lore, Tyrael, the Angel of Justice, is one of the top ones. And so this is what's really neat about the story is that it takes Tyrael's sword, Eldruin, and that's the sword you have to use to defeat Diablo. And so that whole idea of, hey, while I've been
Does anyone
fighting
know how long
the
this event
Skarn
is?
and getting these World Stone shards, I've become corrupted and I have to get purified over in the Cold Isles so that I can actually be worthy of this sword. And taking that sword and then being able to use it against Diablo is just a really cool moment.
I mean, you said in the video as well that this fight with Diablo will be the toughest fight players have ever. I mean, is that true? What are you possibly throwing at us? Because you also just showed us like a 20-foot butcher. So, well, I mean, what's Diablo? What's he going to do to us? Anything you can share there?
Yeah. Oh well, I'm gonna see how much I'm gonna spoil here, but yeah, Diablo boss is going to be the hardest one that the player gonna encounter.
Male version
because
of
Diablo is such
waifus
a
is
classic
called
character, so we still
husbandos.
take a lot of the classic
Interesting,
skills
I didn't
from
know that.
Diablo. So
Endorse it.
you
Is
know,
it possible
it's
that
still
you and I
featuring
post in the
fire,
chat
lightning.
like this
So
one,
if you
and
go to the
people
battle,
cannot see
have
it? Oh,
some
well, I
equipment,
see it.
have some gears that was the fire and lightning resistance.
So
will
the
be
issue is
helpful.
sometimes Pandora, there's just a lot of
and
people,
because you're bringing
you
the
know,
Eldrim to the battle, right?
messaging
so
and
when Diablo calls,
sometimes
all
I
his Diablo,
catch it and sometimes I just can't,
soldiers,
you know?
and they will swarm over
I
to
do try
you,
my best,
and you
though.
have to beat them really, really
I
fast.
do like talking to you
and
guys. I
that
like the
beat
back and
up
forth. I
of
like the
those enemies
conversation, the
actually gonna
discussions.
recharge
It's always
your
fun.
Eldrim. It's gonna be, it's gonna make the Eldrim ready
This is
to
2 hours long.
make it good use. So yeah, and by the end, I'm not gonna hint the real end.
Oh, come on.
The real
Starting to feel
end,
some
you're gonna see
insane
this
fucking
beautiful
regret right now,
cinematics.
guys.
It shows how player take Eldrim and eventually kill the Diablo. So.
That's
41
so
likes,
exciting. I
Pam
can't wait
Greer,
to-
baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to go and set a time on the booth.
You
to make
should have
sure I get
been
a
set a
chance at that
motherfucking
leaderboard, but
time,
I'm
bitch.
gonna
What
take
the
those.
fuck are we doing here?
So we have the Inarius statue, you know, the really big one that's the size of the
Yeah,
You know, I want it.
Yeah,
Nah,
exactly.
you're going to fight me for it. I'm taking it.
I can't. They're gonna kick me
That's
out.
what we're doing straight afterwards. We're all going down, yeah? And I'm going to come out on top.
Oh,
all
they're
right?
not gonna kick you
Well, thanks so
out.
much
They're
for
gonna
joining us. I hope
fucking
you enjoy the rest of
take you
Gamescom
home.
as
Holy
well.
shit,
Coming
brother.
up, though, the team from Stalker 2 is here with the latest from the sequel, Heart of Chernobyl.
This does make
Sick.
Gamescom,
Of course, we've also got a look at the
the
newest
opening night
Xbox
look like a 10
accessories
out
that
of
are
10.
enabling players everywhere
She does
to play
seem
the way
nice,
that they
Philip.
want. And later on, we're going to explore the newest Starfield expansion.
Dear Lord in heaven,
Shattered
how much
Space, and find
longer
out
is this?
why
Jesus,
fans
Joseph,
everywhere are setting
and
aside
Mary,
gigs of
and
space
the
to
Billy
explore
Goat in
even more this epic open
Manger?
world.
What?
But first, you know what's
Manger?
great?
Manger?
Xbox Game Pass. Yeah, take a look at this.
Wait, the Billy Goat is in the manger? How'd that happen?
Welcome to the
Have they
gameplay
had
commentary
a
of
Vow
our new
segment?
game,
No,
Lonely Mountain
Crow.
Snow Riders, which is the spiritual
There's
successor
been
to
nothing
Lonely
worthwhile
Mountains
here, and this has been on for an
It's a
hour.
skiing game in
A
which
whole
players
fucking
need to
hour.
find their own way down the mountains in a wild and beautiful mountainscape. Our most important new features are a real-time online multiplayer in which up to 8 players can play cooperatively or in a competition, as well as a new trick system that allows you to pull off awesome-looking flips, spins,
The snow, like
grabs,
the
or super cool combinations
the
of the
snow
map.
effects look pretty.
We focused a
pretty
lot
good.
of
I'm
the
not gonna lie.
development time on the controls and to make the feeling of carving down the slopes as smooth and fun as possible.
The snow effects look
Skiing
actually
is
really
all about
fucking
using
realistic.
the terrain in your favor. You need to gain the maximum momentum to do the longest
Cool
jumps
borders, bro.
and
If
use
they
the
brought
best
back cool
shortcuts.
borders, oh my god, dude.
On top of that, you can also do tricks, ride backwards,
Those are PS1
or
games
cross
that I did
rivers in
play.
icy lakes. The game features 4 different game modes.
I forget which cool
The
borders I
online
had,
multiplayer
but
racing
there was
mode
this
is all
one,
about crossing the finish line first.
there was this one
While
track
in the team mode,
where
you
you
and your
just
team members have to ride and
literally
do tricks
fall off
together
of a
to
cliff.
ramp up the highest score
It
and
was
beat all
fucking
the
awesome. I was
challenges.
addicted to
You
playing
can
that
also
one.
pick each other up after
Just
a
the
crash and
sense
place
of
checkpoints
falling
as a group.
that fucking hard. Cool borders too. This does look pretty good. Like, honestly, there is some, like, this isn't for everyone sort of deal, but I can really appreciate the snow effects. Like, they are very realistic.
In the solo mode, you have to beat challenges to
Like, I'm
unlock
actually
new mountains
impressed
and
by
trails. You can also try to reach the top of the leaderboards or beat your own ghosts. This is the mode that will be most familiar
This is my
to
favorite
players
game.
of our previous game. And last but not least, there's the new Zen mode. Here, you can ride all trails without any kind of pressure and freely explore the mountains.
No
to
Kids
find
School on
secret
64. I
spots
didn't
or
ever get
just
to try that
enjoy
one.
the beautiful landscape. Whether you're playing multi or single player, you will gain experience.
Can we
to
attack other
level up your
players? That would
profile,
actually be cool,
unlock
Teddy. I'm
new
not
ski
gonna lie.
types
Yo,
and
my
trick
man
courses,
Rocky pulling
and a
up.
large
Appreciate you being
variety
here, bro.
of customization items. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.
Well, at least she was relatively to the fucking point.
I like it. I'm a cut loose if I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm not the carbon copy. I'm the original.
They're advertising PC Game Pass. Yeah, SSX in modern day would be so sick. Seems like a deck game? Huh.
The Xbox Game Pass hype is real, and right now it's easier than ever to join the party, especially if you play on PC. Why? Because PC Game
Absolutely.
Pass is designed for PC players. Get new games on day one like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 on October 25th.
PC
Play some of the
Game
biggest
Pass
games
is the
of the year
cheapest,
and unlock
baby.
partner benefits from Riot Games and EA Play. And if you're not already a PC Game Pass member, join now and get your first month of PC Game Pass.
Haven't had Game
for
Pass in
$1
like a year.
Or €1.
I just
This offer
don't need
won't
it.
last long, so act now. But first, this post-apocalyptic horror action title is set against 64 kilometers of eerie, explorable area. It's also
Stalker
one
2?
of the most anticipated
Stalker
games
2,
of
baby.
the year. And here to bring us back into the
Let's
zone
go.
with some never-before-seen gameplay of Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl, please welcome
Let's
game director
go.
Eugene
Finally, a
Gordovich.
game. What
Eugene,
the fuck?
welcome to the show.
Hey, yo, son.
Thank you for inviting.
No, honestly, it is so exciting. We've got it on the booth here at Gamescom. I've been able to get hands on. I'm so excited for you to take us
Bro,
through
he
what you
woke
brought
up
with us
with
today.
Sonny
But
Bono's
how's your first
hairdo.
Gamescom?
How the fuck, brother?
The previous was a year ago when we bring our demo, which was shown just on the PC. Yeah. And today we are bringing another demo.
Yo,
which we
homeboy must have been
launched on
scared
Xbox
when they
Series X.
showed that
And
fucking
from
skiing
our
game
experience,
just
it's
before.
looking
If you
very
know,
good.
if you
And
know,
we are
you know.
happy for what we bring
Holy
here
shit,
and what
bro.
we get the first impression from
Sonny
the players
Bono
and the press.
skiing.
And,
I know you guys are too young for that.
So now I'm happy from what they are telling us about the Xbox build.
Yeah, honestly, I got to have hands-on with it, and it is so much fun. Because what we're going to do as well is we're going to hop straight into the gameplay.
You do got
You're gonna
that
talk us
shaggy
through,
cut.
so
Oh my
anyone
God.
watching who's excited to see Stalker 2 for the first time, if they haven't already, can see what they're going to be getting their hands on. So, what are you kind of? So, are we going to bring the gameplay up? So we've got it on our screens.
Yeah, that's a good fucking idea.
As
Yeah.
we go, if you want to talk us through this gameplay, so we can know what we've got coming up.
Let's go.
I'll take this part. So here the player is doing his first quest, and he got a scanner, a device. Player at this point doesn't know a lot about how it works.
It sounds like he doesn't know how it works either. Holy
Information
shit.
that it somehow recharged an artifact that's put it inside
Yo,
it.
Silent Night was good,
that,
man.
If it got successful, it's gonna bring a lot
They
of.
played I Got You, Babe at his funeral, and I was
lot of,
dying
let's
laughing.
say,
Really?
Money, yeah, maybe something else. So at this point, player don't know what is the goal of the character, why he's doing it, and he's learning the story
gotta pre-order
about
Stalker
the
2.
character also by doing this quest line.
Because this is actually the bit that they've got on the show
Shout out
floor
to
here,
Lemonade
isn't it?
King, who's
At the
been
start of
hating
the
on this game
'Cause I
non-fucking
had so much
stop.
fun. I get what you mean as well when you're just trying to discover what exactly it does, and the storyline sets that up. But what about the combat in the game as well? Because we can kind of see our first fight here.
Yeah. So it's a group of bandits. They were resting
carrying
just
this
nearby
poor
their
bastard.
camp and doing their cheeky bricky stuff. And then they saw that something happened. A wall was destroyed with a huge noise.
Yeah,
They just
no, it's nice that it's gonna be on Game
turned up
Pass.
going to
I
see
mean, for
what's
me, I'm just
happening
gonna buy
and
it because
found
on
you,
CD keys it's been so
a
cheap.
player and
The PC version. Like I've seen it as
amazing
low as
well, 'cause I found
$35.
myself
Why
when I
not
was
just buy
playing
it at that
this
point? You know what I
is
mean?
I was like the flashlight turning on and off, and like you can also like lean around corners, can't you, to kind of like engage fights from like a bit of cover.
yeah. So it's very important in this game to have a proper tactics. You should hide a lot. You should use your med kits. You should survive grenades because AI is very pushing and challenging.
Yeah.
They trying to outcome you to go from other side, and it's pretty stressful. So it's a first fight.
Better
it's a
than
very simple
Metro.
fight against 3 bandits, but as from what we can see, it's
I know that's
often
tough
lead
to
you
beat, man. Metro's a pretty solid
several
franchise.
deaths.
It's very unforgiving as well.
Yes,
and
this
we
is
did see
Stalker
as
2
well, I
Eliminated,
found
the
it's
game
like
that
a
you've
big part
done
of the
nothing
game is,
but
like,
hated
looting.
on.
So what
You
kind
hated
of
on
things should people be
developers
looking
for
out for when they're looting?
delaying
Yeah,
the
so
game multiple times
part of the
despite
game, so
literally
while we
living
are
in a war
fighting,
zone
we
that
are
they can't
losing
really
our
control.
Resources, consumables,
Hating
food,
on this
ammo,
game
and
that
after the
is
fight
gonna
finished,
do
we
more
have
shit than
to
anything you
get through
fucking
the,
you could
dead
think of.
bodies' pockets to find some ammunition, maybe loot their camp to restore what we just spent. because
He was
without
literally
it,
picking out
we
tuna
just run
chunks
up
with his
out of
fucking knife.
ammo
Shout out to
and
Stalker too, man.
the player would be like stuck.
Because that's the big thing I have. I am very trigger happy when
can't
it
get
comes
over
to
this dude's
first-person
hair,
shooters.
dude.
Like,
Holy
I
shit,
fire
bro.
way more bullets than I should, and then I
That
found
is
myself as well. I
crazy.
was like, I need to go
Fact
check
that he
every building that I
actually-
can because I need more ammo. Like,
The fact that he
what kind of
actually
advice would
thought,
you say for
this is how I
players
wanna leave the
hopping
house
into
today.
Stalker 2 to spend their time in the world?
So
That's
the reason
crazy.
why you should
Okay, Lemonade. It looks okay. I think you're just
not because
you're
you
just dealing
want
with a
to find
little
some
bit of
items,
copium
but
because this game isn't
it's
gonna run on your Steam
interesting
Deck.
to discover this abandoned place where was some living some time ago, and where is some story behind it. And when you are just walking around and looking for the corners, and it's beautiful there, you can surprisingly find something stashed there, because it's a stalker stash.
Give me more
they use some
gameplay.
stashes for their
Shaggy
next,
beaver bowl hair.
journeys, because they
There we
can
go,
bring
more
like
gameplay.
hundreds of thousands of kilograms. They have to make some stashes for there, and players sometimes find them, and it's often rewardable, and often it's very
Yeah.
rewardable, because you can get a huge equipment boost by just going
This
to
dude,
some
he definitely does look like a
building
meme
units,
Jersky. It's like
expect to find
insane
anything
that
there, but it could
he
be
actually
there.
does his
That's
hair
what I
that
found.
way.
I found myself like an assault rifle when I just had a pistol to start with. I was like exploring buildings and found that. But the game also, it looks amazing.
Yeah, this is the start of a next
One.
fight. The player, we have some stealth mechanics.
Yep.
So it's
How
not
dare you disrespect
very,
me like this one? Holy shit, buddy.
as you used to have a stealth in the game, it doesn't offer
You're
you
flattered
like,
by hair
ability
anymore.
to be invisible for enemies. No, they will see you and shoot you. But at least it allows you to get slightly closer, to find
Oh,
better
but
position
wait
to
till
start
you
the fight.
wait till you
and-
see the
or
dude
maybe
that's
to
speaking
start,
right now.
initiate the fight with a grenade. To,
The only
so
thing
it
that's
would be
good
easier
after
for
an
you.
hour of the
And-
show has
and
been
then
them
the
showing
fight is
Stalker 2.
pretty,
And they've done
challenging.
too much talking for
And
my
You
taste.
have to watch your hit points and your state, because you could be got bleeding, and you have to use a bandage to stop this bleeding, because it's not. It's gonna last for long, and you're gonna lose a lot of hit points if you not stop and use the bandages.
Yeah, because you have multiple ways of healing, don't you? You've
Yeah.
got like the bandages to stop the bleeding,
He
but
actually
there's
called
like
it
different
hit
types of med
points.
kits that you can find
Yeah,
as well.
you can have a regular med kits, medical med kits, and
I've
an
never,
army med
I've
kits.
never heard
Yeah.
someone actually say
And
hit points
they provide
instead of
additional
just
boost, but
HP.
mostly it's restoring the hit points. But also, if you are not in the fight and you just need to recover a small portion of health,
It's giving you
can just
nostalgia,
eat
Juan, because this
and
is how
it will also bring
freaking
you a small
military
portion
shooters
of
used
hit
to be.
points.
See, that's what I loved as well. I found like there's so much resource management that you have to like pay attention to in Stalker, which really gives you a different challenge. So it's like you said, if you don't eat, you're going to perform worse in gunfights.
Where's the classic RE1, 2, and 3
yeah,
Master
so you
Collection?
have to watch
Good-
about your state, just
good
like
question, Philip.
you're watching
Good
about
question.
yourself. So we try to bring this simulation or atmosphere as you being the real human that goes to Chernobyl exclusion
Yeah.
area with your backpack, with some food, and you just have to do the same things to survive in the game as in life, because you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to like you fall, you broke your leg, you have to use some med kits to survive this, and that's what we are doing here.
Yeah, no, I honestly, like, it's one of those things. I'd recommend it to anyone. If you haven't had the chance to just play the original Stalker as well, because when I got to play here, you just think and approach gunfights so differently, because there is that like risk element, and some of the enemies, like I was jumping out of my skin because there was like a camouflaged opponent that I came across in the demo here at Gamescom. And like, can you tell us a little bit more about the enemies that we're going to face?
Yeah, so the zone is inhabited by different factions. There are factions that came from the first Stalker trilogy.
This
and
dude's
there are
hair
new
is
factions,
insane,
and they
bro.
have a story behind them of how they appear, what is their goals, and for the player, it would be interesting to uncover
It's
and
on
discover these
Xbox
stories.
and PC,
And it's
Mikey.
important to mention that from one walkthrough, the player won't know the whole story.
Yeah.
So you had to have several walkthroughs to get all these pieces together, or you could discuss it with your friend who choose some other path, and you
Yo,
can share,
Lemonade, you're really gonna compare
information
this
about
game
what you see to each other
Daisy.
and
Are you
discover,
fucking kidding me, dog?
I didn't expect that it would happen like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's for me, I find it should be interesting for people to discuss their experience with each other.
Yeah, we also saw
I mean,
just before.
Devastator, he clearly jacked Sonny Bono's style, bro.
It's echo scanner. It's a simple scanner. You just beep, and the faster it beeps, the nearer is an artifact.
Yeah.
You can collect an artifact just by using scanner, and at this point, player faced that Bloodsucker. It's a canonical enemy in Stalker series. He has an ability to become invisible for player, and we found that from the feedback of the players and from what we see.
Oh my god,
that
someone
he's
mentioned
doing
King
quite
Thrash in a
challenging
fucking
thing for the
Xbox?
players.
A
And-
live stream?
But also, it's very rewarding because when you start playing
I
the
said
game,
nobody tell
and you
King
start
Thrash
facing
there's
some challenge for the
fractions
first time,
in
you
Stalker
may
2,
die,
yo,
second time you may die, but after it becomes easier for you, and at some point you become master of the game. Everything is easy for you, but it takes
They
time
trolling
to
even in
learn
the chat,
game.
dog.
This terrified me.
No.
Like, honestly, I was there going like, wait, at first I was like, what's
That
attacking
is-
me?
that
And
is
I was like,
fucked
how
up.
do I counter this? And I was like, suddenly realized there was a camouflaged opponent attacking me. It's like, I love that in this game though, is there are so many challenging enemy, like, components. Whether you're fighting bandits, whether you're like fighting these sort of enemies. And then I was like looting
Well, I
everything.
got zero
became
drop
like a
frames,
loot goblin,
Philip, so
where I was going into every
not too sure.
building and just trying to find as many med kits so that I could stay alive.
When the stream was
And there
fucking
is
up the other
also,
day, it was doing nothing but
lot
dropping
of,
frames.
Pieces of content just near the locations. This is not a main quest. It's often not a side quest. It's just some encounters or narrative little stories to bring you an experience of discovering this real location, real zone, and it's not a fake world. It's full of small pieces.
Yeah.
And for me, I find it very.
We know you ain't
interesting
got the
to
horsepower
discover, even
lemonade.
if
That's
I
why you
know
gotta
the
do your
game
best to discredit
pretty
it.
much. Still, the world map is so huge. So even for me, going back to some locations make me feel, oh, I didn't expect to find it here. Oh, they bring something here also. So for me, it's also
November 20th, baby. Let's go.
I feel the same wow effect when I discover something for me.
You really get rewarded for spending that time to look around the world and kind of try and find those caches, and it's going to pay dividends.
Yeah, it's one of the main goal in making this game is to bring as much freedom and allow player to be as he wants to be or she wants to be, to play the role they feel that works for them, and the player could like start being very rude and cruel, and they can act totally different in this game as like a player
so
who
wait,
wants
we
to
could be
a-
assholes.
on the
I
friendly
would
side.
love to be an asshole
there
in
are
a video
lot of
game.
freedom. It's
Basically, just
and
act
it's
myself.
rewarding. So even being cruel,
So it's
rewarding.
what I've got from this discussion
but
is rewarding
there
to
is a
be an
balance.
asshole.
Like, the game will
Got you.
also
Stop
punish
for
you
2
for
day
something.
1.
No, 100%. And I think one of the main things is for everyone who's been watching and wants to get their hands on the game, when are they going to be able to play?
It's November, so it's not so much time left. And for us, we are like every day counts. We are doing everything possible to bring the
Starfield DLC next, nice.
And I hope you enjoy it.
Well, honestly, from what I
I'm
played
hyped for
on
the Starfield
at
DLC,
Gamescom,
baby, let's
I
go.
can't wait to play it more. But thanks so much for
I mean,
stopping by.
English is
You
definitely
can get
not his
Stalker
first
2
language, it's
Heart
pretty
Noble
obvious,
on November
but,
20th. And of course, it launches day and date on Xbox Game Pass as well. But now to a new line of Xbox accessories, making a splash here at Gamescom. Take a
no,
look.
not the
But thank you
accessories,
so much,
brother.
Thank you.
Holy
Thank you.
shit.
Play video games.
Good job.
Leo has issues with his motor ability. He doesn't have access to a lot of things.
There's so many disabled people
Nice,
that
more
deserve
accessibility
a shot
stuff.
to
That's
be
pretty cool.
like everyone else.
I want to be a part of this world.
So this is my Xbox adaptive joystick.
Okay.
It allows her to
That's pretty
use
cool.
the controller without using both hands.
It just clicked to him. This is a joystick. I manipulate the character, and this is how I'm going to move myself.
You've got every button covered.
This is how we do
This is my thumbstick topper.
Alright, guys. Y'all are so
You can get
mean.
different sizes, and this is what I use to make it easier to maneuver. You can get bars from the Xbox Line Lab.
Hey man,
Then
whatever,
can
you know,
go somewhere
to help
else and
more
get
people
printed.
play games.
Be yourself, design it how you want. You're playing with your Xbox controller.
Right side,
Absolutely, this is pretty awesome.
With the Xbox controller assist.
I love to see
when he
shit like
needs
this,
help,
man.
When he gets stuck, I can at least hit the gas for him. Then he can control the rest. Having the joystick levels the playing field for him.
Your character, he can fly. He can do everything you can't do.
He enjoys winning and will definitely let you know when he does.
news for all gamers everywhere. We've got some new accessories
pretty cool
designed
overall.
to give gamers more ways to play. And here with all the details, please welcome Xbox Principal Designer Chris Kudrowski and Senior Accessibility Product Manager Caitlin Jones. Welcome to Gamescom.
Thank you, Maxie. Yeah, thanks for having us.
How's Cologne treating you? All good?
I love it here. Yeah,
Amazing.
first time in Gamescom. This is pretty
Hey,
exciting.
yo, Push,
wow,
are you
first
good,
time.
brother?
Okay, the full week ahead
Look,
of you.
man,
I can't wait for you to
Kiss
see
Move
it.
and Xbox
so
have divorced.
I can't believe
All right,
the
they ain't
Xbox
fucking no more.
Adaptive Controller launch is 6
He's gonna
years
look at the
ago.
joystick. He can
But
go
you
feel
didn't
nothing
stop
for it,
there.
brother.
So what's
It's
new in the
over.
world of gaming and accessibility?
Yeah, thanks, Maxie. So, as you saw, we just announced our Xbox Adaptive
More nose
Joystick.
rings, oh no.
It's a wired controller that is designed to be a companion for our Xbox Adaptive Controller as well as other Xbox controllers, and that will be available to customers in 2025 early on.
Wow.
In 2025.
I'm
As
so
well
confused.
as our Xbox Adaptive toppers that you can create with Xbox Design Labs. And these are really great, I think, especially for players who might have some difficulty using the thumbsticks on their controllers. They can choose from different shapes, customize the sizes, the height, and the width, and attach them to their adaptive joystick as well as their
Kiss
Xbox
Move,
Wireless
all the
or Elite
accessibility.
Series
Yo,
2
shout out to
controller,
Kiss Move.
and really customize the way that they interact and grip with those thumbsticks on those controllers to meet their unique needs. So overall, we're just really excited
Yeah,
to continue
Big
to
Bird, these are the
expand
dudes over
the
at
ways
Xbox that actually
players
do their
can
job
play the
well.
games that they want to play and also how
Can't
they
say
want
the
to
same
play.
for everyone
But it
else.
doesn't just stop with our Xbox accessibility offerings. We also have some really fantastic partners through our Design for Xbox program, including BioWave and 8bit2, who
No,
are
Mikey,
also announcing
no.
some exciting accessibility news
Are you
today.
good, brother?
And with everything in your
Behave
line of work,
yourselves.
the feedback from the community is crucial. And the gaming and disability community was also instrumental in feedback for creating
Oh my
the joystick.
God.
Can we hear more about that?
Bitch's
Yeah, that's a
t-shirt is
great question.
insane.
And certainly at Xbox, we are firm believers in the saying nothing about us without us, meaning we do not create accessible devices or features for the disability community, but rather we need to create them with the disability community. They are collaborators and they're the experts in
need
their own
to make a
experiences and
controller
needs.
that
So
doesn't sound
from
like they're
very early on with
eating
the
Rice
adaptive joystick,
Krispies, yo.
we had our disability community be
No,
hands-on
Wad,
with early
what are you
designs and functional
doing?
prototypes,
Stop it.
and I know Chris will share
No
a little
longer
bit more
reading
about that
any
on
of
the
your
hardware design
nonsense,
side.
you perverse
But even from a
weirdos.
software
How dare you? I
perspective,
denounce
we
you
really
all.
heard from our players that they wanted an affordable joystick for their adaptive controller so they can easily find that and have that as a resource to them, but also something that
Yo,
fit in
Bobby Hog, let's give it
seamlessly
your brother.
with their existing setups.
How's it going?
So
Oh, do
we
you
knew it
have
was
the
important
PlayStation
to
hat
create
on?
something that was
Are
highly
we getting more games on
customizable. You
PlayStation?
can
I'm just
remap
doing
all
it to
the buttons
troll.
on the joystick. You can create different profiles. You can connect it to your Xbox adaptive
Hey man, it's
controller
cool
for a
that
full
y'all on
adaptive setup,
PlayStation are getting
but you can
Xbox
also use
games.
it
Now you can
without your
stop
Xbox
lying about how
adaptive
you hate
controller.
them.
You can plug it directly into your console or PC and use it alone, or employ Xbox Controller Assist to link it with another controller and kind of play that way. So all in all, the disability community's involvement is absolutely critical in everything that we do, and we're so grateful to
Jokes
have them
aside,
as
it's cool. Yeah,
co-collaborators,
definitely.
designers in these processes.
So many
Rick
options.
Chaos,
so
you
how did
missed
the community
Stalker. Everything else
feedback
has
inform
been.
the final design of
You know,
the
this
adaptive
is something
joystick?
that's cool,
Yeah,
but this only
like Caitlin
pertains
mentioned,
to like
we're
a
always
very
looking for
small
that
percentage of
feedback.
the
And,
gamers
for this
with the
device in
accessibility
particular,
devices.
we actually visited a hospital in Seattle that uses gaming
There has
as
been
therapy
nothing
for
else of
some their
merit thus
spinal,
far.
spinal
Nothing
injury
worth
patients.
discussing. Just
So
Stalker
what that
2
means is we
stuff.
went there with a box of prototypes, got feedback
Eager
on
Beavers,
the
is
grip
that what they
size,
call it
the
nowadays?
shape,
What the hell?
the number of buttons, where the buttons were located. They liked some of the stuff, they didn't like some of the stuff, and that's exactly why we're there. One of the most important things that we took away from that meeting was the importance of having the controller be mountable. Lets you put it in a lot of different positions, hold it stable if you're not able to hold the controller in your hand. So we added this threaded insert here that's the same one you'd find on a camera tripod or actually on the adaptive controller as well. And so that really allows you to use non-hand body parts with the controller easily. So we took that feedback and then used it to iterate on the design.
Wow. And just curious, how does that process look like of creating? Do you 3D print prototypes? Do you mold? What do you do?
We do both of those things. Usually, I like to start making something that goes in your hand by making it by my own hands. So we'll take a block of foam, carve that away. We'll take a 3D print, add
starting
clay
to feel
it,
very uncomfortable.
and then
I
sand
need
it
an
away.
adult.
And I'm doing this in the design lab, in the workshop in my garage. And we're just really iterating constantly to get the feel right, to get the ergonomics right, the position of the buttons right. We usually start with a very primitive form and then add those details.
We're not mature
throughout the
enough
design
for these
process.
conversations.
One of the other things that's really important from my perspective as a designer, and this maybe sounds obvious.
Yeah,
it's an
that
Xbox
went
controller.
down a
It should
really
look like an Xbox
sus path.
controller.
Holy shit,
So
bro.
many of the adaptive products that gamers have to use.
Silent Night, they're
they
talking
might look
accessibility
like
controllers.
hospital equipment or something you have to use rather than something you'd want to use.
Nah, but
Like
you know
Xbox makes
exactly
cool
what
products.
we talking about, brother.
We want our gamers to want to use the products, and so using the same form language, the same color material and finish
Ziggy's
really
out
helps
cold.
it feel like a part of the Xbox
shit put
family,
him
and
to
that goes a
sleep,
long
too.
way in removing some of the stigma that's associated with using adaptive products, and that's a really important thing that I think design and Xbox brings to the table here.
Yeah, it looks very well next to the adaptive controller, traditional Xbox controller. So good job. Good job. One question. So I heard the rumor that the idea of the 3D printable topper files came from an internal hackathon event. Is that true?
That is true. Very similar to the Xbox adaptive controller years ago. The adaptive thumbstick toppers were born
they were saying
from
some
a
crazy
hackathon
ass
project. So
shit.
hackathon is a week
Head
where
honcho.
Microsoft
You
employees
can't
get to take a
deny
break
that.
from their day job
You were saying
and
some
work on a passion
crazy shit.
project. And this particular team was inspired by really the high cost of adaptive accessories and doing custom setups like that. So knowing that 3D printers are a lot more available for at home or as a service, they combine these two ideas to create a great range of products that offer gamers a lot more options to customize their setup just to exactly what they need.
All right, Pandora,
And
be safe out
so
there.
much goes into
I'll talk to you later.
The creation
Appreciate
of
you
these
hanging out.
accessibility offerings, and especially what did the development for the 3D printable files for the adaptive thumbstick toppers look like? Who did you work with?
Yeah, very similar to the adaptive joystick and all of our other accessibility offerings. We, again, partner directly with the disability community, specifically a lot of hospitals and gaming accessibility charities that were doing a lot of 3D printing work. So we worked with
John
them
Bond, are
directly
you good,
and kind
brother?
of just
We bringing
asked,
that
you
up
know,
again?
What are the most common shapes and designs that you all are creating or that you find work best for your players? And that's actually what informed the final 6 shapes that we have available today. So very direct, working with them and getting that feedback. Something that we also learned, though, by working with them is that,
Can
not
only
everyone
run
needs
away,
a full-on
dude.
adaptive setup. Sometimes
Run
just
while you can.
minor modifications to
Oh
how
my
you interact
God, this
with your
event
thumbstick can
sucks.
be the difference that allows someone to play longer, more comfortably. It can also be the difference whether you can play all together.
Goon gang.
So based on that, we did want to create something that was available, discoverable, and easily customizable
Goon
for
gang,
customers.
lazy
because
gang.
through working with our disability community, again, more and more learnings,
Oh,
nonstop,
bro.
it's always coming in.
Low key,
we
that
did learn that
freaking
not everyone has
Fallout
access
controller,
to easily
though.
connect with these hospitals or these more tech-savvy maker communities or charities that are customizing these designs and printing them.
Gooning
and
while
also, not everyone
grocery
at
shopping?
home knows how to 3D model and customize their own shapes at home. So with the Xbox Design Lab platform, it's as simple as picking your shape, using sliders to adjust the height and the width of those shapes, and you're
Gooning
given
while
a
gaming,
free
Mr.
3D
Critical, is
printable
that what
file
we're
that you
implying
can
here,
then take
sir?
to a printer. If you have access to, you can use a 3D printing service, and it's as simple as customizing from there with
lowest
no 3D modeling
expectations.
knowledge
We are not
I
bringing that
love
over
that.
here, brother.
But what I love more is that you not
Should we call it the
only
lazy
support
gang or the
community
lazy
with
squad?
creating accessories, you also support
Should we call it squad or
partners,
gang? Let me
third-party
know.
developers in bringing their designs to life. So can you share a little bit more who you're partnering with?
Yes. And I will say I am just personally
Oh,
so
God,
grateful and
not the
excited that
feet.
we do have so many Design for Xbox partners who are just really committed to making gaming for everyone. Some of the specific partners that we've been working with recently on the accessibility front are BioWave. So back in May, they announced their Proteus controller, which is a modular controller that allows you to really build your own unique setup that works best for you. And very exciting today, that controller is now available. In addition to BioWave, 8-Bit Do is both announcing and available today their Light SE wireless controller. So all in all, you know, when it comes to accessibility, a rising tide floats all boats, and we're just excited that our players have more and more options within the Xbox ecosystem to really choose what works best for them.
That's a lot of great news that you have today. So is there any place where we can look up all of the accessibility offerings?
Yes, to find out more about any of this accessible hardware that we've just talked about today, you can see the Xbox Wire blog post. Or if you happen to be here at Gamescom like us, you can visit us in the Here to Help area in the Xbox consumer booth. You can get hands-on with any of the products, do some live demos. And if you're here on Friday, you can see Caitlin in a discussion panel in the community area as well.
Thank you so much to both of you for coming. And also I want to say thank you so much for making our booth accessible so everybody feels welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Maxie.
Yeah.
Coming up, we'll get a look at the first expansion from Starfield.
Finally,
find out what
holy
happens
shit.
when nuclear disaster in the point British countryside converge in atomfall. And Age of Mythology fans, stay tuned. We'll take a look at what you can expect from the latest in the series. But first, it's
Let's
time
go
to explore
Starfield, baby.
ARY 26 once again.
Yo, Greg, what's
in
good?
Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Stuck on a planet with nowhere to poop?
The juiciest burgers in the galaxy. Burger Squirt.
Flappy Extreme Learning Smartbot from Hot Whiz.
Radical. I smush it
Do
down
you
my
guys
throat.
like
Our new Ding Dong!
Greetings, brave explorer. We here at Alta Interglobal would like to welcome you to our newest venture.
you guys like it when your burgers
of
squirt?
space. You've spent almost a century hurtling through the universe in cryosleep, ready to begin your work on this strange alien planet. Unfortunately, changing market conditions have led us to the realization that space exploration is far
Mikey's
too
trying to
costly
get
and
some
unpredictable,
cult classic
and Alta has
cage.
decided to
Let's
cancel
go.
all future plans in space. I regret to inform you that you have therefore been made redundant. Your final check has been sent. We thank you for your
Cult
service,
classic
and
cage
we hope
drip,
you
let's
eventually
go.
find a way home. Good luck.
Oh my god, dude, where's the Starfield shit, dog? Fired. That was quick. Giggity. Philip, it's not my fault, bro. This is all Devastator's fault. He asked me to stream and cover Gamescom. I like to give you guys what y'all want, and here we fucking are. Yeah, Starfield sure does look different, Ender. That's a fact. This changed very drastically. It's almost like they're trying to copy feels like they're trying to copy like the animations of Ratchet. Lazy Gang sounds better. I asked if you were not asked you to do it. We know what. Listen, brother. You can act like, oh, you know, I didn't actually, you know, ask that you do it. You can do all that shit, but there's a reason why you asked if I was gonna do it. You were hoping I was gonna do it.
What started as a journey to the Savage Planet,
Alright, looks
has
like we're
turned
Lazy Gang,
into
man.
Revenge. Here with more on what fans can expect from Revenge of
No
the Savage
DRM.
Planet, please welcome producer Noemi Lecourier and creative
The game
director
doesn't
Alex
look bad.
Hutchinson.
It's
Thanks
just,
so
bro,
much for joining
you
us.
said Starfield, and I wanted to say Starfield.
How's your Gamescom going so far?
Very good.
Very good. Busy.
Yes.
It always is. There's so many games to play, so many things to see.
What
But
up,
Alex, it's
Lazy
been a journey
Gang?
getting
Let's
here.
go,
And
brother.
Not only to
We're
sequel to
banning
fans,
Devastator,
but also
it's over,
to
Devastator.
evolve the game as a whole.
Got
Can you
yeeted.
unpack that for us?
This
I think
must
it's been
be
a
the
pretty
new
crazy
kid pack
half a decade
version
for
of
not only
Starfield.
us,
I
but
guess
for the
so,
entire
right,
games
Bobby?
industry. So we originally began as a studio called Typhoon Studios. We made Journey to the Savage Planet. We were acquired by a large multinational.
That wasn't me.
The pandemic happened. We updated the game, and on the day we shipped, that same multinational made us
LG
all redundant.
lazy
So we
gang.
found ourselves sitting around trying to figure out what to do. But luckily, we decided to reform.
Let's
We're
go.
a new studio,
Well-
Raccoon Logic. And we've made this new game, Revenge of the Savage Planet.
Yeah, and Naomi, can you kind of talk about
23 of you all have spoken. Everyone else chose not to. Lazy gang it is.
The gameplay that we can push up. But
before that.
I think Alex is going to talk.
Yeah, so
about
before that.
Yeah.
So obviously some of the big changes are that we've switched to third person in this one.
Oh my
It's
God,
still,
someone with their mic
you know,
needs
a game
to
about
stop.
exploring the world, interrogating everything that you see. It's filled with wonderful, wacky, weird creatures. It's 4 planets now
We're
instead
at
of
69
1 planet.
likes.
So there's
Let's
lots
go,
more to do
baby.
and lots
Can we
more
get to
see.
100?
Yes, so we basically can survey, scan everything, and collect and catalog. Here,
Doubt it.
as you explore the world,
I don't
you're
know.
gonna discover
Can we do it?
rewards, things to collect as well. The
Yeah, it's
rewards
trying to
are
sabotage
blocked
Gamescom.
by
Anything to get
encounters
this
with,
fucking
alien
nightmare to end
creatures,
one.
as
This
well
is
as
a nightmare.
puzzles and
This is
navigation
torture.
challenges. So lots of fun here.
Yeah.
Lazy
It
Gang
looks so cute, like,
69.
in the
Yo.
trailer, in the trailer beforehand, it's like all the creatures. It's like
Oh my
adorable.
God,
And
we're,
you know
we're
it's a
Lazy
sequel when you're
Gang
swimming.
69. That's
Just-
crazy.
it happens every single time.
Every
You've got to
time.
add water
Second
in. If
game.
you go in, no water.
Exactly.
Second time thing. But Alex, there's obviously a ton of creativity by the team to produce an incredible world. But perhaps players' take on its obstacles can be equally as
Yeah,
creative.
listen
so
to
in the
Lord
world, like, how are
Blazefire,
players going
yeah.
to approach the obstacles that
We're
they
not even
face?
at
Yeah, so we've
69
taken a
likes
really
yet,
systemic
man.
approach to open world design. So it's still a
Yeah, you
Metroidvania.
tell 'em,
You're
Lord
still being
Blazefire.
blocked by different obstacles. You need to go back to your habitat and upgrade your tools to get through them. But what we
Yo,
wanted to do
Mr.
was
Critical
have
is
a Metroidvania
facts,
where
bro.
there's
It
a
does
single
look like
lock
Ratchet
with
mixed with No
multiple
Man's Sky.
keys. So you see different types of objects.
the
say,
animations
cracked
don't
wall
seem
that you need to
bad.
blow up. You could
I
do
don't
it
know
with
what's
a
the
grenade.
slow
You
motion
can find
shit
a
they're
creature
showing
that
right now.
explodes. Anything that generates an explosion will get you through. And so hopefully, as you see in this video, there's
No
a little
Man's
bit
Power
more
Up,
systemic
yo.
chaos than most games of its type.
So there's lots of creative ways to kind of like
game has
solve
been in
the
development
problems.
for, like, in
You
early
can have a bit of
access
fun
for
with
a
it, and
really
every
long
time
time.
you play it as well, you're going to get those different
If I'm not
experiences.
mistaken.
Exactly.
Another way players can make their game their own is through customization. You know what I mean? Can you talk us through customization?
Yes, absolutely. So we've added tons of new outfits in the game. You can mix and match between the different outfits. So whether it's the helmet, the boots, or the gloves, all the outfits
No
are
guy,
inspired
Sky.
by sci-fi themes, famous like Star Trek. Here we can see some of the suits here, as well as like Power Rangers.
Let me get a Star Trek suit.
If you put on the red shirt, you get killed immediately in the game.
Oh
But
my
you
God.
What have you got wrong with the red shirt?
Star
Just a
Trek
trope.
reference.
Just a
Oh, he
trope.
doesn't know the
You
Star
also,
Trek
have
reference.
a
Oh my
habitat,
God, no.
where you will find all the main modules, like
How do you
here,
not
the PC,
know the Star
that
Trek
you will use throughout the
reference?
game. But there's also another section that you can fully customize.
Modern day,
with lots of
bro,
things.
modern
as
day
you,
is so disappointing to me.
Explore the world, you will
It does
find
look cute,
Alta
Philip. I
crate
actually don't
containing
mind this.
Alta bucks. You can
This is-
spend in the
it's a
Alta
bit of
store
charm, you know?
on furniture, accessories, and basically a lot of useless
they're all
junk,
too young, babe.
to
We're-
really make the space your own. So
we're
I
getting
hope
old.
players have a lot of fun with that.
It's like my own flat all over
There you
again.
go.
Just lots of stuff from Gamescom.
All
will
I've
kind of, like,
seen
come
this
with me, and by the
entire
end of it, I'll
fucking
have
event so
plushies
far
for
is a
days.
bunch of red
But
shirts.
Co-op is such a big part of the game as well. Can you kind of talk us through that, Alex?
Yeah,
It looks like a
lot of
game
the team
developer.
members have
I
worked
feel like
on
that's
different
low-key
two-player co-op games,
disrespectful.
whether it was Army of Two or Far Cry 4.
I'll accept it,
We've had a lot
but
of
low-key
success
it's
with
kinda
it. We think it's an
disrespectful.
intimate way
I'm
to play
just
with your
saying,
best
brother.
friend, your partner, your kid. And this
Grandma
time we've made
Cass?
sure you can do it in
Jeez.
any way you can imagine. So there's not only network co-op, but there's split-screen co-op you can play on the couch.
It's all
and even
good one. I know you
cross-play, so
don't
can
mean it
play
that
on
way.
any system with any other system.
I love playing split-screen games as well. Like, I grew up playing with my brother. Like, every single game that we get our hands on to do split-screen, that was always the way I went and played.
Perfect.
So fun playing.
Also, so good you've been
One of
able to
my
return
most
to this
cherished
franchise and
memories
bring
was
tons for the
playing
fans. This game looks
Red
so
Dead
fun, it feels like fun
Revolver
and went to
split
create it.
screen
Alex, can you
with
tell us
my
what
best
you
friend
think
in
the
grade
magic
school.
is for this game and what makes fans love it so much?
I think it's humor. You know, you see a lot of games that are very gray, very brown, very serious, and we wanted to get back to a world that was fun, that was upbeat, that was optimistic. We like the idea of exploring space because it's fun, and you're going to find something exciting. You're not going to find Matt Damon on the moon, you know, eating poop mushrooms or Mars. So, like, hopefully, people see that the
then.
humor in this miss is in the gameplay as well as the script, you know?
Dude, Red
the
Dead
joke we always
Revolver
tell
was
is
so
that,
fucking
I can write
back
a
in the day.
one-liner that's funny once, but slapping your best friend to their death off a cliff is funny
At least
forever.
he didn't say journalist. That's fair, Big Bird. Absolutely.
Possible. Like,
I
just
see you
trying to
guys
get
are
through
out
that
here to
cracked
save each
wall.
other.
But also, really importantly, when a player's going to be able to get their
Yes,
hands on
Bobby
the game.
Hawk, it was a really great
So it's going to
PS2
come out
game.
sometime next year, 2025.
was
For
such
more
fun
info,
PS2
you can
memories,
go
man.
on the website, Savage Planet Game, and wishlist as well. Right now.
Please wish list.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, I'm actually
and
going to wish
honestly,
with
I
Savage
can't wait to
Planet.
come and have
That's
a
pretty
go
cool.
with it as well. So thank you so much for
It is
joining
very
us
charming.
as well.
I like a good charming
and Have
game.
you got any final words as well that you
Kind of
want to share
glasses
with
do you wear?
fans?
Like
No,
the brand
please
or?
wish list on whatever platform you like, and we'll show you some more gameplay soon.
No, honestly, thank you so much. But coming up,
Or are you
we've
asking if
taken
these
the
are
spin in
actually
some new
prescription
wheels
or not?
at a
Because I know
turn
some
with a
people
new
wear like
story in
classes that don't
Starfield's
have
first ever
prescriptions.
expansion, Shattered Space. But first, check out an action-adventure game about hope, robots, and the power of words. This is Dustborn.
Oh,
Stick together. We need to be a crew. We're on the run from people with space guns built into their arms.
Oh God, why?
Dustborn isn't
Nobody's
about making the
playing
big
this
and
fucking
immediate
shit
choices.
right now,
It's
dude.
about the little things that add up over time. The words spoken that affect relationships and moods, the decisions that stick with you and play out when you least expect them to, the actions that push your relationships in new directions.
I guess this explains why you're suddenly so eager to chase after the robots.
Oh, keeping secrets again, huh?
It's about making tough choices, about how to deal with the people in your crew.
Oh my God, dude.
How to manage them and pull them together to do the job, and to make the compromises necessary to reach the end of the road and your own personal goals.
We'll be taking a different route north, through Liberty, Oregon. Before
Liberty? I would actually like an explanation.
I concur.
Think of the game as a way to write your own comic book as you play. Each chapter or issue starting with a new cover displaying what you're about to experience, and each of them ending with a comic splash screen. These pages present key choices made in the previous issue that could have an impact later on. Whether a dialogue line or event plays out because of a choice made by the player, an icon will appear in the top right corner of the screen, allowing you to really get a sense of what could have gone differently.
Stop it! What the hell, Pat?
57
In the comic
ex-Tumblr
splash,
weirdos
you'll have
actually
access
that
to more
moved over
data,
to
such as
Twitter.
global
Lowest.
stats about how many other players received this particular consequence, allowing you to gauge
They're
how popular
actually
this
talking
choice
about
was.
this piece of shit game
Some choices
dead
lead
on
to
arrival.
crew mood change, which can have an impact on your relationship with them, but also on their personal endings.
Fucking ridiculous, bro.
Can hover?
We didn't finish our chat?
No, we were finished.
I'm worried about
We
you,
were
and
finished.
I had
Us,
more
the
to
viewers,
say.
were fucking
sure, but
finished.
I was done.
Every key crew member in the story receives one of 3 endings, or codas,
Nobody
based on
cares,
choices made
bro.
and
What
actions
the fuck
taken
are we
by the
doing?
player and
Literally nobody
packs.
fucking cares.
Each coda is illustrated by a comic book style splash screen, along with unique dialogues and events reflecting each character's current status. The player can at any time access the character codex to see which coda is the current favorite.
I'm just gonna put vomit
crew
emotes in the
respects you.
chat.
When you're unhappy, they feel it. I'll keep that in mind.
Whenever a dialogue choice or action affects a coda, the screen will display a coda emoji, along with an animation that tells the
They're
player
deleting
how important
comments?
this choice
No,
was.
they are
It'll
deleting
be up to you
comments.
to decide how the road trip goes and how your relationships will
Oh
evolve.
my God, they are,
Will no one break
dude,
away
guys,
from
they are
their
literally
on-again,
deleting
off-again
comments in the
relationship with
chat.
Pax, or embrace it? Will Theo loosen up with the crew or favor his boss status? Will Ziggy resolve her sister issues with Pax? Discover how it all unfolds in Dustborn. Available now.
What's the name of your band?
We're the Dustborn.
Absolute cinema.
There is a dream that haunts me.
Dude, a bunch of chat, a bunch of fucking
A most
comments just
dreadful
keep going, like they keep disappearing.
It tears at me.
Alright, let's fix this.
The fortress
That's fucking
of
hilarious,
stone
bro.
and valor, which I
Yes.
struggled.
What's up, Neo? And absolutely RIP to Bayonetta and Motoko voice actress. Japanese voice actress. Fucking sad. Hope you're doing well, Neo.
The land.
Yo, you just
caught
see
in
like
perpetual
massive comments just disappearing.
yields to decay. A futile sacrifice remains ensnared deep within the horns of the South. A shield.
Dude, it was so
Now
disgusting. Yo, it was hilarious that they made sure to wrap that shit up quickly, man. It was getting nasty fast.
A profound betrayal has befallen those most loyal, yielding only despair. I am left paralyzed, powerless. Not more than
This is definitely not avowed.
my people, my legacy. Everything is collapsing. They hailed me as the
Absolutely, Miss Bell. I completely agree.
Only now do I understand.
I don't know what the fuck this is.
Title.
Tainted Grail? The Fall of Avalon. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. Oh my god, Philip, why'd you do that to yourself?
Massive open world space adventures, and it's just got its first ever expansion coming up. Here with more on
Starfield, finally.
Starfield Shattered Space, please welcome lead creative producer Tim Lamb. Hi Tim, how
Oh
are
my
you?
god, that
Doing
fucking hat.
fantastic. Nice to meet you back.
Do people
Awesome. It's
actually
lovely
still
to
wear
speak to
those
you
hats
today.
these days?
So let's chat opening night live. We had a really fun look at a very vibey trailer about some vehicles. Could you tell us a bit more about that?
I can. So we released the Rev 8. Super excited. The team is so happy.
I'm mad it took them that long to release
element that adds to planet
car.
exploration in the game.
I'm not gonna lie.
So we have these.
You used to wear one of those,
dynamic
Lois. Why would
worlds
you do that to
with,
yourself?
dense terrain. Lots
Yeah,
of
her
very
voice is
interesting,
fucking annoying.
Obstacles and
Very
now
annoying.
Those worlds are our playground to drive around on.
Heck yeah.
It's a
we have lot of-
visor, man.
In navigating that,
But like,
we have
bro, you just
vertical boost,
imagine
forward
someone
boost, we have a
bald
weapon
wearing that shit.
on there.
Holy
It's like
fuck!
a lot
She
of
gets solid
different
rev to wear one of
minute-to-minute,
those. I wonder how
just,
much
like,
it would
fantastic
take.
gameplay opportunities for players.
Yeah. Super
Speaking
exciting,
of
and
Rev,
Vasco
holy
looked
shit.
like he was having a good time
Yeah,
as well in the
yes,
back there.
yes,
Love
yes.
that, love that. Now let's talk a wee bit about the story in Shattered Space. It's very dark and mysterious.
It was
Could you tell me
2008.
and
You didn't know
everyone
any better.
watching a little bit more about the story?
Yes, so I think there's a
honestly,
hopeful
Neo,
optimism
no disrespect to
in
the voice actress,
the
I
giant
just
sprawling adventure
I don't
of
really do
Starfield. You go
subs.
to a lot of different locations, you meet a lot of different
So I can't really
types of
say
people, a cast
anything
of
to,
characters there.
I can't
And
really speak
Shattered
to
Space, that tone,
whether I liked her work or
that
not, or
mood,
what I
we were
liked
able to sort
most.
of
I
distill it
always
down and
default
focus it
to
into
English
a
dub,
location in
as
the
long
game
as it's
around
viable.
Dodger City. So like we get to meet that new house for room, the people
Alex
there.
wears those when he's mowing his lawn and,
There's a moment
and
of strife that they
fucking
had. We get to
cleaning his
experience
roof.
that with them now.
Yeah, they sounded a bit intriguing, shall we say, in the footage that we saw last night. So can you tell us a wee bit more about the House of Varun and kind of who will be coming across?
It's interesting that we're going to the House of Varun.
I don't want to. No spoilers.
Sure.
It's going to be super interesting for my character because my character's dating the
in this
House of
start you on your
Varun chick, whatever
adventure
the fuck her
to
name was.
meeting the Varun. You end up in their home world, Varun Kai, in the city of Dazra. There's been a catastrophic event. You deal with the minor houses of the faction of House Varun to sort of uncover the mystery of what happened, and then, resolve it as you do as a player.
Nice.
There's lots of choices in there for you.
Okay, very interested to find out what that story kind of leads us on to.
Starfield is DLC before Spider-Man 2.
That
Oh,
story that
no.
we've been chatting about.
True
There are some
Sassy, we
new
really
game
gotta get these cheap
features,
W's.
as well as a huge
Yo, I
new
swear,
planet
yo,
that we can
ponies and
explore.
bots,
Could you
man.
tell us a bit
Y'all
more
be
about those
fighting
two?
to be the
So
most
we
petty
have
at
the
this
city
point.
of Dazra.
Because all
We
y'all's
focused-
platforms kind of
All
stink.
of our effort has really been focused on the area around the
They
city.
both kind of stink.
So
Y'all
I-
just
I
fighting to
think
see who's the most petty.
The beauty of it is that there's exploration, that you can find nooks and crannies in the game, or little secret discoveries, or locations you feel like.
Yeah, bro.
I
Someone
know I'm
needs
coming
to.
back here. So there's like an excitement there.
Yo, not for
Yeah,
nothing.
so
Someone
it's
needs to
that,
smash that
it's-
hat
Yeah, I'm so
over
excited
his
about it.
bald head
Oh, so
to his
so
neck, and
excited
then
as well.
just
I mean,
drag him
even
out
in the
of there
trailer, we
by
saw
the
kind of
fucking
a
hat.
very summery, beachy vibe cruising around on
Yeah,
our
I do
Rev
like
8
the
too.
vibrant
Have you taken it
colors.
for a spin?
I have, no, I do, and I think Shattered Space is like a fantastic playground for it. Now, you can take the Rev 8 to any planet.
Yeah.
You can take it into Varun Kai, Varun's home
Oh
world,
my God,
and
Neo!
drive it there as
I
well. But we
forgot
support-
again. No.
I think that's one of the great things about
man,
our games is
no.
we always support
I suck.
any type of play style.
I wonder if I still have it in my
You can take it to Varun Kai,
watch
you can
later.
take it there.
Sounds amazing.
Hold on. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll definitely
I'm
be taking
sorry
it
about
for
that.
a spin
You?
as well when
Let me
Shattered
see.
Space releases too. Was there anything else that you wanted to chat to us about for Starfield Shattered Space coming out? Anything we can look forward to?
You can. I think you can look forward to an interesting story, a handcrafted world, new weapons, new gear, new items that sort of alter the way you might
I feel
think
like we've
about
gotten nothing out of this.
Amazing. Well, Tim, I cannot wait to play it as well. And everyone watching at home as well, be sure to check out Starfield Shattered Space, launching September 30th with Xbox
Save to
Game
watch
Pass.
later, I
Thanks
did
again
it.
for chatting with us. Now, next up, we're exploring, scavenging, and hopefully surviving the harsh world of Atomfall. But first, let's build a dungeon.
Guys, not for nothing. Are there any more Gamescom streams after this? This looks cool. Yeah, that's a good point. No PS4, no PS5 announcement. That DLC is coming out on my birthday. Ooh, nice, Philip. Gonna get some heat dropping on your birthday. Nice. Two more days of this crap. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be streaming any more Gamescom shit. Not for nothing, guys. Gaming is at an all-time low. There's just nothing really to say. It's at an all-time low, and watching these events are just... There's nothing to really be excited about. The most excited I am is over a CGI, a 20-second CGI trailer being Mafia 4.
Hi there, I'm James, the designer of Let's Build a Dungeon.
Everything else has either looked terrible,
PC and Xbox
mediocre,
next year. We
or...
previously bought our game Let's Build
Okay,
a
that's
Zoo to
kinda
Xbox
cool,
Game
but-
Pass, so it's exciting to be back here sharing news of our next game. Today,
Crow, you
we
ain't
want to
fucking
share a
lying.
closer
Indies
look
have
at our
definitely been
multi-layered
carrying.
management sim, and also reveal some brand new features that we've never talked about before.
Lollipop
Let's
Chainsaw
Build a
coming out
Dungeon
5
is
days
designed
before
to
my birthday,
simulate
then
every
start.
aspect
Bro,
of
you're getting
running a
bombarded
game
with games
studio,
for your
and
birthday.
that
Holy
starts
shit,
with
Philip.
designing something your virtual players will love. You get to decide which quests to
Dude,
put
there's
in
so
the
many
world.
games to
And
buy
whether
and
you
play.
want to focus on a
There's just
traditional
not enough
RPG
time.
built around magic and combat, or something more
Might
cozy
try this out.
like fishing or running monster farms.
This doesn't look
And if
too
you
bad.
want even more control, we have
Narrator
an
sounds like a
exclusive
gamer.
new mode to share with you. Creative mode is our sandbox, but it's a sandbox quite unlike any other. Not only do you have access to literally thousands of assets, buildings, and characters, in Let's Build a Dungeon, you can also tell your own story. We are developing a series of easy-to-use tools that lets you create almost anything. From a production-level dialogue editor that lets you create branching conversations, events, and rewards, to a full AI editor that lets you adjust anything from attack probabilities to spawn rates and weapons. We even have a tool that lets you draw your own pixel art
Save
characters,
time, it just
which will
has
then automatically
to
animate
select what
them
you
for
want to
you.
play.
Our goal is to build a suite of tools that
To
gives
be
you
worth
as
your
much
time.
control as we have when building our games. Games made by the community will be available for download, along with some titles made by developers like us here at Spring Loaded. Adding these
Got the Casey
tools
Jones
felt like
fan
the
film
natural
Unwatched
extension of our
Later.
game
The one
development
runs about 35 minutes.
simulator.
Yep, I got that
Why
one, so I'm
stop at
good.
building the most
I just want to
detailed
make
game
sure
dev
this
sim ever
the
created
right one.
when we can add
verify.
elements
Yeah,
of the
it's
game
35
engine to
minutes
give you a
and 10
full,
seconds.
authentic
So
experience.
we're good, baby. Let's go.
Hopefully, this short
I forgot all
overview has
about it.
given
My
you an
bad,
idea
man.
of what to expect from Let's Build a Dungeon.
You do make good
when it
recommendations
ships
too,
next
so to
year.
skip out on them is like, it's just me hurting myself at this point. Every time I see Rebellion, I just think of,
Windscale, the pride of Britain. Nestled in
I
the
think of,
picturesque
what you
Lake
call it,
District,
the Warriors
state-of-the-art
game.
atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one.
I appreciate it, you.
Windscale.
This game is interesting. This,
atom plant went up in flames.
this Fallout clone.
Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in bandit
Adamfall,
activity
that's what it's
outside
called.
the village walls.
Temporary quarantine, they said. It's been bloody years.
Looks like Hugh
They're hiding
Jackman.
something from us. Something
With
terrible.
red hair. Purple, blonde, whatever the fuck.
My name's Molly. You got out to trade? I got bits and bobs for sale.
Bits and bobs for sale. I got bits and bobs for sale.
Please be careful.
It's like, what if Fallout
more
and
dangerous
Metro
than you can
had
possibly imagine.
had, you know, a really nasty post-apocalyptic fuck session. I could dig it, man. I could dig it. Oh, really? They made Sniper Elite meme cast guy? Okay. Okay.
It's mystery mixed with
Got some
folk
bits
horror
and bobs.
weirdness, all set in a not so idyllic post-war British
You know what
countryside.
she's
And
selling?
believe it or not, it's
Yo,
based on a true
are you
story.
good, brother?
Really? Well, here with more on Atomfall, please welcome Creative Director for
Yo,
Rebellion, Ben
sick.
Fisher. How you doing, pal?
How you doing?
Welcome to Germany.
Thank you.
First time here, or?
I've been here for Gamescom before.
Odds and ends, that sort
Not
of
with
thing.
a game quite like this, right?
Isn't it like a fucking
Let's
character
talk
in
about that
a...
then, actually, you're right, Henry, because this is a huge departure from
forget what character
Rebellion's
says that.
most famous series, let's call it, Sniper Elite. Can you tell us about this
She's selling
sudden
feet
change of
pictures.
pace here?
Oh my
I mean,
god.
it's similar and it's different in different aspects of the game. So we always
Yeah, let me add
value
Adamfall on my
sandbox
wish list.
exploration and giving the player lots of freedom in their objectives. But at the same time, this is a survival action game with some sort of RPG-ish elements. There's skills, there's crafting. The story of the game unfolds as you explore. It's kind of a mystery
I
game.
like
so
his,
tonally
I like
quite
his
different
voice, I'm not gonna lie.
Sniper Elite.
I love the exploration side of it. I mean, from what we just saw in the quick trailer, that there's a lot going on.
You should be a voice
It's not
actor.
just one sort of trope that you're sticking to. There's a lot to unpack. So maybe as we're checking out some gameplay that you brought along that we can experience, we can jump into some of the influences that have made it into this title. Because,
Oh,
like I said,
no.
it's a lot going on here, man. So let's check out some of this gameplay as well.
Please don't tell me there's fucking YouTubers in here.
You've got to start off with a postbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they
I mean,
say
it's on your t-shirt as well.
influencers
It
or
must be quite
influences?
a core feature of Atomfall, I assume.
It is actually.
Oh.
So, as you explore,
Am I
the
having
world of
audio
Atom,
issues?
You're uncovering a mystery. You're discovering what's happened in this post-apocalyptic quarantine zone in 1950s North
I love his
Different
voice.
characters will ask you to do
Influences.
things
I
for
was
them.
ready
They
to
might
say,
help in
bro, if I
return.
start seeing YouTubers,
And
I'm
one of
shutting
the
off the
characters that you
stream.
can interact with is this mystery phone.
Appreciate you, Devastator and
voice.
Scooby.
You don't know who they are. You don't know what they want, and you have to choose which characters you trust.
Oh no, this is
Trust
that's the stream.
Kind of like
That's
Bosley,
not
Charlie's
me.
Angels vibes coming through the phone.
Yes, yes, exactly.
I
yeah.
like that. That's cool. You know, speaking about the story, and Henry, you mentioned it earlier. True story. Like, what is
Surely
that about?
yes. Well,
The guy from Whiterun.
It's based on real-world disaster that happened. The first major nuclear disaster in the world was in Windscale Plant in Sellafield, so 1957.
Yeah, guys, I can't
We
control
wanted
what
to
they
use
got
that
going
as
on
a
over there.
Jumping off point for a story. So Jason Kingsley.
God
one of the,
damn, you're right. It
one of
is.
the founders of
Wow.
Rebellion,
I can't believe it's already
observed
Wednesday.
that there are lots of games that are kind of like post-atom
Holy shit,
storytelling,
guys.
like post-atomic disaster storytelling.
guys ready
but
for the
none
stream
set
tomorrow?
Around this first disaster that's happened in the world.
Ready for Cage
so
Day
we took
tomorrow?
that as a starting point, and then thought,
Holy
what's
shit.
a Rebellion kind of interpretation of that kind of event? So, like I say, we value that kind of sandbox exploration and player freedom, and then combine that with the sort of unique Britishness.
Hump Day into Cage
and
Day,
that
pause.
led to the environment that we've got in the game. So it's kind of an alternate history story, and it's a mystery that you uncover what's happened. And as part of the process of building that game world, we looked back at 1950s storytelling. So references like the Quatermass series, which is one of the very earliest sci-fi serials, or early Doctor
I like where they're
Who,
drawing their references
and
from.
things like that. So like UK TV Gold kind of cultural reference points that even if people don't know the reference itself, they know the influences that came from it.
There is no Flick Gang stream. There's
and at
Lazy
the time,
Gang
there
stream.
wasn't a clear distinction between like folk
No,
horror
yeah.
and sci-fi.
I think I
and those
got
kind
it
of
under
stories.
control
So
with
it's
the
a
whole
blend,
lag
it's
and
a
shit.
natural blend in the storytelling style of the 50s.
And of course, you have to chuck some cricket bats in there for good measure. I mean, the
Hey
combats
man,
are
they're
pretty
influenced by the
crunchy,
50s.
right?
I can dig it. I'm
This
more
is, like
interested
you
than
say,
ever
a bit of a
before.
departure from Sniper Elite, which is typically long range.
About to
but
find a
here we're
Harmon
getting
video.
right
Oh
up
my
close.
God,
Even
Greg.
the fact that it's first-person camera as well.
Dude.
Like, these are conscious decisions
Look
we made. So
in
why
the
did it feel quite
recommended.
fanciful to treat it that way?
Look in the react requests.
You are an elite trained sniper. You know, Carl Fairbairn's like a human sniper rifle, right? He knows exactly how to fire a shot. Miles to
We
take out that
already
one
have
guy.
all of that.
This is a different
We
character.
have
in a different
multiple
situation. We
Harmon
want it to be a
videos.
mystery. So
Dreamcast
there are no,
guy, the usual
signifiers
suspects.
Of age, race, or gender for the player character. They're wearing gloves, so you don't know who they are. Their backstory is part of the mystery.
I don't
that you
know,
may or
Philip.
may
They
not
haven't talked
uncover
about
as you
making a
explore.
character.
We wanted you to feel more like it's not so much a war zone as a pub brawl. You're desperately attempting to survive. There's not much ammo around. The guns are all rusty because everyone's been trapped in this quarantine zone for 5 years. You're mixing melee and ranged combat. You can throw your melee weapons. You can kick people to make them stagger back. We wanted you to be constantly, desperately mixing options and scavenging desperately for resources.
I didn't realize that Indiana
tension
Jones
as
was
you
a
play,
$7
which is
game.
very, very tonally different to Carl,
Yeah,
who's
right.
calm and controlled and reads an entire situation before he decides what to do.
I think we can definitely get on board with the pub crawl.
Yeah.
Kong is a failure according to Harmon. Of course it is. Are you surprised? I mean, that'd be the first thing him and Alex agree
Talking
on.
about Kyle and, you know, that he's an iconic character, what about the characters in Atomfall? Our player character isn't maybe so much of the focus, but are there other people that we're going to meet that are going to be key?
Yeah, so I need to have the right answer that doesn't spoil too many things. But as you explore the game world, different characters will ask you to help uncover the mystery of what happened in the Windscale plant and maybe ask you to do something when you get there. And if you do that for them, they might try and find you a way to escape this quarantine zone, or they promise to. So as you explore, you've got to decide who you trust and who you don't trust. Whether you
Delta's
think they're
been
telling
a
the truth or
fucking
trying to
snore
manipulate
fest,
you,
bro.
whether you believe the same
We're all
things as they do.
suffering
So
together.
it's all murky shades of grey. There's no good guys and bad guys.
You'll
and it's all
refrain from
completely
Harmon.
open to the player.
Thank you,
so
Greg.
You could theoretically kill every character
When
in
are
the
we
game,
gonna get
and there's
some
still a way to finish
Xbox
the game.
salt?
You could theoretically play through and kill
Right,
no
there's
one,
definitely
and there's
some
other routes
some
available to you.
Xbox
So we really
fanboys
pushed
pretty
hard
upset.
into giving the player lots of options and lots of rewards for observing.
They're
and
pretty
choosing.
upset with
So there's lots
this
of
whole
tropish
Indiana
characters, lots
Jones
of kind of
thing.
characters
we
that
getting
fit
some
this world of being
Xbox
north of England and also being 1950s, 1960s culturally.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, as a fellow Scot, Ben, really quick, are there any maybe Scottish
Oh
people
man,
that we can look forward
it's
to
a
meeting?
fucking
I'm sorry.
Spoilers,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to refollow
but
uni.
What we have done is we've taken like
Yeah, you
1950s
need to link me,
sci-fi,
Delta. Holy
1950s,
shit,
or,
brother.
like, old-fashioned folk horror type
Unquestioned,
trope
which retro
characters
game
and
would you rather play?
Cold War
Super Mario
scientist
Bros.
trope
or
characters, and you'll meet those
Legend of
kinds of
Zelda?
people as you explore through the game. And then
Honestly,
still decide
Mario
whether you
Bros.
trust them or not.
So we got
Mario
pub
Bros.
rules,
is always
we got
fun.
crazy characters. They're all living in this open world that we're experiencing. Can you
And
tell us
like, no
more
matter
about
how
that? I
old
mean,
those
how did you
games get, they
construct
still
it?
hold up.
How big is it as well?
Okay, well, what Rebellion excels at is these deeply packed kind of sandbox maps.
Yo.
So the way that we've structured Atomfall is a series
Jokester
of
is here
5
saying
or
some
6,
facts,
depending on
man.
how you
The
count,
whole
sandbox
fast
maps
horn
like the one
thing
you can
does
see
work.
just now.
Yep.
You can travel freely between them at any time. They're all thematically very, very different. And then there's loads of interiors.
You need
and,
to add gore to the game. That's a good point,
large-scale,
bro.
story-driven locations that you might uncover, as well as
Yeah, it's too, like,
bunkers
squeaky
that are full of
clean.
loot that you might
We
find.
get some blood, baby.
What we wanted to do is really lean into that densely packed kind of puzzle box.
Yeah, this game overall looks
so I've spent all day
very
watching
like
people play the game and no two
story-driven
playthroughs
sort
have
of
been the same.
deal.
People can approach it all very, very differently.
Gameplay
get different
definitely is a bit on the jank
experiences.
side, but
As you
to be
explore
fair,
the game, you'll
most
find
like
leads
Most
as
of
well. So we
these,
don't have a kind of quest system.
how do you say, like
We've got leads
Western
that,
style
you piece together
RPGs,
clues that help you
they
understand
don't
what
usually
happened.
have the best
So
gameplay.
we built this puzzle
just give you the
box,
ultimate,
this
like,
sandbox
they
of
try to give you as much
interconnected
freedom
options
as
for the player,
possible.
and then we just let them go for it. They might find a difficult, dangerous place and die, but we signpost very
Doesn't
clearly
look
that
fully
it's a dangerous
cooked
place,
yet.
and then it's kind
Yeah,
of
it
up
could
to
use a
them.
little more time and oven, but I like
I
their
love a puzzle.
inspirations,
I'm
their
buzzing.
influences.
We're great at solving them together, to be fair.
Well, we could work on it. I mean, you just said that there'll be leads that players
You
can
might as
follow.
well, True
Tell us a
Assassin,
bit
you
about
already
how
got
they're
'em.
equipped to do so, because we just saw like literally pulling out a metal
You get to
detector
pick
and
your
saying, "Fine, that's
Brunos."
great,"
No.
which is tradition, finding some old coins or whatever it could be. But what are the other ways we can do that?
Yeah, so you might find
You
a
see,
lead that
lowest
someone's,
expectations brings
hidden
up
in
a great
box under the
point.
ground somewhere. They've
I
got
like a little bit of
storytelling
jank into my
around it to
games,
draw the
just
player
this,
in and make
a
them try to
dash of
understand
it,
how
you
fits
know?
to the game world, but there's also
To remind me that it wasn't made
characters
by
that
a
you might
fucking
find in
robot.
the world. There's friendly characters that you can barter
Hey,
with.
Pandora, welcome back.
And they might
Got some
sell
snacks
you
and
or
booze.
trade something with
Oh,
you
shit.
as a lead.
I'm hating.
Or if you do some trade
I
with
wouldn't
them, they
mind
might
some
get friendly
snacks
to
and
you and
booze
give
right
you a
about
lead.
now.
You can also have conversations with characters, and if
Since
you
I started
choose
driving,
the right
I gave up
choices, you might
drinking.
get some more
It's been
information
kind of
from them.
sad.
The way that we've approached those is the same kind of high stakes player freedom.
I'm like super
So you can
silly
get the
when I'm
conversation
drunk.
wrong, right? You're not working your way down a list of conversation topics until they grey out and then moving on to the next one. It works more like
Most
a
of the
real
time I'm just kinda
conversation.
serious.
So if you judge their personality wrong and say the wrong thing, they might shut down and stop talking to you, and you've pruned
Yeah, I failed at drinking.
a chain of leads that you might otherwise have found something interesting in the game world. So you're always having these influences and layers that you may even not notice are there.
That sounds so smart. I can't wait to dive into that as well. That's so
Yeah, the
fun.
lighting looks pretty solid.
I understand there's some crafting
Including
elements
Skyrim
in
has the
that
most
as well, and
hilarious
also,
ragdoll
you know,
physics
metal detectors
facts.
scavenging. Can you tell us what that kind of looks like in Atomfall?
Sure. So the player's desperately
See, I
trying
don't
to
like
survive
gambling.
and finding materials
That's
to
task guy.
help them survive. So even if they find a gun, there might be 3 bullets for the gun. So they can find materials that let them craft things to help them heal or help them in combat, so Molotov cocktails and makeshift grenades and things like that. So you find yourself trapped into a corner and you can make these resources that help you survive. Like I say, we're trying to make sure that we find this sweet spot where you feel kind of desperate as you're trying to survive. As we want you to use everything that you find. We've made sure your backpack capacity is quite limited as well, so you're really pushed to make these difficult choices and decide even whether you want to engage in a fight or not, whether you want to avoid it entirely, you want to choose the right moment and try and take out 5 guys with a Molotov.
Oh,
It's all
Hawkwire
really,
was
really high
good.
stakes, but it makes it very rewarding when you manage to
Oh
pull
my
something
god.
off.
Skull and Bones releases on Steam tomorrow.
A horrible decision by going into a restricted area.
Will there be any reviews is the real question.
Like I mentioned earlier, if you're heading into somewhere difficult or dangerous or scary, we make sure and signpost it. So, you know, if you go into a place like that and then you die, you go...
Not have a car, license, so never an issue, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, unfortunately where I live, you kind of just need to drive to get around.
And in terms of
Not
the player's
really,
progression then, so you're making all these decisions, you're making friends with everybody, you're crafting
Not like
your
New York.
gear. What about skills, anything like that in the game?
Sure. So there's a range of skills that help reinforce the player's ability to survive in this dangerous world. So there's a chain of skills that are for melee combat, ranged combat. There's sort of durability skills that mean you can take more damage and survive in dangerous areas. And then also abilities that help your overall survival, like disarming traps and things like that.
Playing Skull and Bones on PC?
So really
Ugh,
we wanted to keep it grounded so that there's always that
Is anyone
sense of
even
threat,
playing that game right now? It's a
pressure,
real
but we
fucking
want to give you
question.
some advantages. So you might learn a skill that lets you throw a melee weapon, and if it's bladed, it'll stick in targets and things like that, just to help give you that edge over the course of the game. As you can see in this location here, they're in a kind of dark and
62
scary
lights, baby,
interior.
let's
So we've
go.
got the player's progression, but then there's also a kind of game world progression where they're uncovering a mystery. So
I
quite
suffered
literally,
enough.
they have
I
to push
deserve
deep
a
into
life.
the world and into the
I demand it
underground of the
at this
world to
point.
find these
Holy
dark and scary
shit, bro.
places. We just keep it,
Even
we try
like
and
the
keep it tense
interesting
the
games
entire
are
way
becoming
through the game.
boring because they're just
Say,
harping on them
because
too much.
There is the sci-fi element, but
When is this
there's a bit of horror vibes I'm getting too. Like,
I'm about to fucking end.
with us
Like,
competing
dude, they
with people
talked about
maybe on the top
Starfield for
level,
2
and now we've got
seconds
into
and didn't
this
really even
bunker,
show anything.
There must be some monsters of some kind.
Yeah, we just saw a little glimpse of something scary and monstrous. And as you push into the mystery, you will find more elements influenced by what happened. But yeah, for sure. I mean, like I said earlier, the storytelling style of the 50s and 60s didn't really have a division between folk horror
Yeah,
and sci-fi.
I'm liking it too. I definitely have it wishlisted. It looks cool. I'm just
addressing
tired
the
of
Cold War,
fucking-
but in a way that wasn't too
Like, for
political,
me, I don't
guess.
like,
So,
like, for me,
you know,
this is like a way of
folk
relaxing,
horror
like a
stories are
game
about the
style that's
division
relaxing,
between
kind of like how Starfield
rural
is.
and urban
I
civilization.
don't like
and
to
how there's
watch
a tension
people play
between them,
stuff
and
like
Cold War stories
Starfield
are
or
about
Elder
fear of the
Scrolls
outsiders
Oblivion
and others
or
and that
Fallout
sort of thing.
or
And
something
there's
like Adamfall. I want to play it.
resonances between all of
You know,
these
because
different
that's like
storytelling
this is like a
styles,
game
which
that I
make it
would
really easy
relax
for us
while
to
playing.
push into these
Yeah,
otherworldly
Starfield's DLC
horror
was like
elements
2
as you
fucking
push into
seconds
the
long,
mystery.
but thank you so much for this, Black Cobra. I really appreciate you, brother.
We've got quite an atmospheric bunker, like you said, as well. Have you got a favorite part of the maps that you can
How
share
long
us
is
with?
this fucking thing?
Again, nothing. I'm really pushing it here, but any favorite place to maybe
please.
have a picnic or anything like that?
Well, actually, there is a favourite secret place which I can tell you about a little bit. So,
The
as
Bethesda
the
event
player
already went
is
down?
starting the game, they're given one
No.
lead. A person tells them that the heart of this mystery is a location called the Interchange. So to begin with, you're trying to find this place, and as you make your way in, it's all unpowered, it's been shut down, it's been quarantined, and you push into it and open it up more and more, and it's like an unfurling flower as you find all of these leads that are the heart of the mystery. And the more you find,
Oh, you
the
like
more
to watch
leads there are
people
to
get
find. So you
the
end up in
shit
this kind
kicked
of
out of
like,
them Souls
snowball
games?
effect.
Yeah, I like to watch. Oh, I watch people get mad. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, this is pre-Greg's era, I suppose. So we'll take,
Said it was going to be
for now.
for 3 hours. Oh my god.
That's what meat said it.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
It's really fun for me to see like the contrast between that dank bunker we just came out of, and then like the overworld is so lush and vibrant. And listen, I've been to the north of England. It's not always this green, so sometimes, yeah, exactly. I mean, I live in London, and it's just grey all the time. So any green I can get is good. But
the latest kind of good.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me that Star Wars Acolyte is getting canceled when even like super normie friends of mine
One
are
example would be there's a
like saying it's
woodland
ridiculous,
nearby, but it
the
has
shit that
more
they
of a
were
kind
pulling
of
in that
spooky folk horror-ish
that
tone.
show. It's like,
As you get
yeah,
into it, it
you're
feels more
fucked. You aren't
mysterious
even
and
winning
occult,
over
and
the
there's a
casuals
group of, kind of
that are
pagans,
just like they're willing to
that
watch
if
almost
you
anything, you know.
tread wrong, they'll cut your face off with sickles, you know.
But them blaming
you can find
fans,
a friendly character who's sort of part of,
of course,
that group
man,
and
they
talk your
can't
way
take
into
any
their compound. So it
accountability.
gives you all these different
So that's
options
not even
to,
surprising.
You know, for whichever faction there are, ways to befriend them or get in a fight with them. Yeah,
I like
exactly.
that as well. Very good. I mean, I think we, especially at Xbox On, are super excited
You seen
for
Fortnite
Atomfall
with the
and to check
fuck
it
moments
out.
videos?
And
They're
maybe
good. No, I actually
even
haven't.
come across ourselves, because Henry and I and Charlie
Oh, we're
have actually
still
been
on
scanned
Adam-
into the game,
Adamfall.
which we're very excited to maybe come across ourselves. Oh, there we are.
Yeah.
There's Henry getting his wee.
Yeah, I have to say it's maybe not the most flattering.
Yeah, I'm gonna go dehydrate.
you
Fuck
know,
this.
methods of doing it, but. What are you actually doing to me there? Because I just signed something and agreed to show up dressed as a big baby, and apparently that's for something. But
Yeah, no,
what
this
did
is
you guys
also
do?
a massive scam.
Oh,
Yeah,
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 I
yeah.
thought so. Yeah, thanks. What is it that you guys have to do to get someone scanned into your games? Because the realism is quite impressive.
Sure. So we go through a highly detailed scanning process of every angle of your face and different configurations. So we get wrinkle maps and things like that.
What do you mean? I'm perfect.
Of course, yeah. So we didn't bother with the wrinkle.
Oh, great.
So they're all assembled by character artists and rigged so they can animate. And then we, in the case of Atomfall, we then put that in a sort of character builder system. That means we can put costumes on the characters. We might grub your face up a bit because, you know, they've been surviving for 5 years without washing machines and soap. And then we just find exactly the right spot for each kind of memorable face in the game.
I'm definitely looking out for where I am. If I'm on an enemy, that's okay. I've always wondered what I'd look like if I had a cricket bat to the face. So this is great. And you're going to be getting scanned in pretty soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. As long as you put some fake eyelashes on me as well, then mate, that.
I'll make a note.
Yeah. Are you in the game as well? Have you been scanned?
No, I haven't been scanned yet.
Okay.
No. You have to shave a beard off if you want to get.
You had to do that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
It was just the beard that we had to shave. Right.
Yeah, the rest was optional.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops. Honestly, I cannot wait to play this game. It looks bonkers. It looks British as heck. And honestly, we're going to play it so much when it launches next year. Thank you so much, honestly, for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your Gamescom. And yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
And we are going to be taking a little look at some other games, but your game's coming out in 2025 on Xbox Game Pass, which is great. But next up, we're going to be throwing it back It's Age of Mythology retold. But before we do that, we do want to check out some new gameplay. It's Dragon Ball. Oh yeah, Sparking Zero. It's back. Check this out.
Hello everyone, I'm Marco Rizzo, Product Manager of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Thank you for joining us today in this exciting showcase. Today we will show you some new and exciting gameplay footage featuring characters that we have revealed during the opening night live. But before that, let me give you a reminder on the 2 single-player game modes that Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has to offer: Episode Battles and Custom Battles. First up is Episode Battle. In this single-player mode, you can take the point of view of 8 different characters, including Goku and Vegeta, and enjoy famous battles from the anime. For each stage, you'll be playing through an introduction before heading into some of the most iconic fights in Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. The number of stages and battles vary by character.
We're here to take you down. Simple as that.
Next up is Custom Battle. In this mode, players fight in battles that each have their own original scenes. Some battles will also have different victory conditions, and some might even have event cutscenes pop up midway, so you'll be able to enjoy battles different from the norm. Using Edit mode, you'll be able to freely set the characters to be played, as well as the pre-battle and post-battle cutscenes, in order to make your own original battle.
I saw Dragon Ball,
will
holy
be
shit.
able to be uploaded and viewed online for the whole world to play. So hope you enjoy
I know,
sharing the
sadly,
battles and situations that
I was
you have
watching
created.
from my phone.
Now,
Yo,
the moment you've been
Head
waiting
Honcho,
for.
thank you so much for
Coming
the stew,
straight
brother.
from the Majin Buu saga, Ultimate Gohan is our
Temu
latest
Shaggy
addition to the
for the
roster.
win, I'm calling
After
it.
his rigorous training,
This is
he's
dog
ready to
shit,
show his
damn.
power in an all-out fight against Kefla in
Dude,
Super
I like
Saiyan 2
Kefla's
form.
hair.
Enjoy!
Her hair looks really cool. I'm not a super fan at all, but I do like her look. She looks pretty cool. Ah, this game is so fast and fluid. Damn. What the hell? Hey, appreciate you, Philip. Yeah, I fucks with Ultimate Gohan too. Finally, shit got a little bit exciting. Holy fuck, we're dying inside. This is what we wanted to see this whole time. Is like entertaining gameplay. That chick was dead inside. Damn, so you get fused during the fight? What the fuck? Damn, I'm going out here getting fucked up now.
It's over 9,000!
Yo!
What, 9,000?
Yes, Greg! Bring it back that far, yes! Greg, thank you so much for this, T-Dog. I appreciate you, brother. And you rank the worst best of Dragon Ball seasons. Original, Z, GT, and Super. I'm very happy right now. I'd have to say, in order. Honestly speaking, I think in order is the best way to go. Original, Z, GT, and Super. I don't like Super, but at least I was willing to watch and sit through GT. As fucked up as it is, especially the beginning of GT is a fucking disaster.
人の実力差に気づいたか?
Damn, don't mind stuff. Would toughen it out, bro.
Now, there is nothing like enhancing a classic with modern graphics and gameplay mechanics. And if that classic feature can
Exactly, Mr.
feature,
Critical.
new expansions
The
and a
gameplay
remastering
does
of the
say it
multiplayer
all.
experience, well, in my eyes, it's even better. So here from World's Edge even, to give us the latest on Age of Mythology Retold, please welcome Senior Director of Production, Ernest Yen, and Senior Game Designer,
the hell?
Kristen Perillo. Welcome, and prostagma.
Fucking nerds.
Thank you so much. Now, Age of Mythology, there's loads
How much are they
going on
charging
here
for
at Gamescom. In
Dragon Ball
general, there's
Sparking
loads going
Zero?
on anyway.
I'm pretty sure
But you
it's
also had
$70
pretty
game.
epic opening night live, so I want to hear all about
I can only
that.
watch
I want to
like
hear
40
all about the
episodes.
booth. I want to hear everything.
Great. So first, thank you, Jeff Keighley, for showing the awesome
Yeah,
premiere trailer.
I'm
that
really
we just
disappointed we didn't
showed
get to
opening
see
night
more
live
of the
last night. And it showed
Starfield
the story
DLC.
of
I mean, I don't want them to outright
like the
spoil
young
it,
hero. In
but-
this case, like one of them is, of course, the key characters, Akantos, and about this really, really epic like story that a lot of our fans remember very fondly. So over multiple campaigns, over 50 missions, it is epic, amazing, and of course the trailer also show off like the new graphics we have in the game, looking really pretty. It is just like really cool to see. So.
Yeah, and the trailer's been fantastic because it really showcases how diverse each civilization is within myth.
Yeah.
We have our Greeks, we have Egyptians, Norse, and Atlantean. They all have their own gods, their lore, the way that they play. There's just so much diversity within the
Damn,
gameplay. It's been really
guy.
exciting.
Holy shit, bro.
And talking about the booth, yes, we are here.
I'll pay.
So,
I'll
like,
pay
people can actually
$100 for
come.
Dragon Ball
And-
Sparking Zero.
Yes,
you're
there's like,
tucked away
like
over that
right
way.
there.
If
Go
anyone's planning on
over.
coming tomorrow,
And I
just
can't
sit
really
there.
honestly
you
say
come,
that.
you
I
can
mean,
get, like,
I
these
was
awesome landing
going.
boats,
I was
right?
definitely
And
gonna
also
buy the
characters.
complete
It's
edition of the
really, really
game
cool.
before it was
And,
gifted
by the
to
way,
me.
this is not the only thing that we have here. So, you know, on top
Shout out to
of
my
Age
man
of
Adriano
Mythology, we
Italiano.
also
He was nice enough to give it to me
recently
on my
announced,
birthday. So
Age of
I mean,
Empires Mobile.
talk is
And,
cheap
like,
right
if you
now,
come
you
by the
know.
booth,
That,
you can get this like
but
awesome like
I was
pop socket.
definitely.
It's, like, amazing.
I will
So
be
highly
getting the
recommend
I'm gonna be
it.
first in the queue to get
So,
one of those as
like
soon as
the
possible.
It's so
deluxe
cool.
edition,
And
whatever the
game
fuck.
is actually, we just announced that
The
it's
extra
going
shit.
to be
'Cause he bought me the whole base
available
game,
globally
so I'll
on
get that,
October
and then
17th.
I'll get like the deluxe,
So
whatever the fuck.
It's a very different.
But I was
very new
definitely gonna buy the
experience that
whole
we're
shebang
expanding
off
Age
rip.
of Empires to the mobile audience. So it's a game built with the awesome Team Studio Group, and they have crafted something that's amazing for the mobile gamers.
Oh, how exciting.
So-
I can't wait to see it. Amazing. Right, so I know you have more news
She keeps
to
calling it
come
diverse.
as we're talking here
Proof
today,
all
but the
games
first thing
have
I wanna
always
talk
been
about
diverse.
is that this is more of
Absolutely.
it's more than a remastering, but it's different to a sequel, right? So I don't know, what are the name of gods does Retold actually mean?
Right. So for a few years now, our fans know we have been building these things called like definitive editions. And what there's one key goal that we have, which is we want to build the
Damn.
title that's in your head, right? Not because when you actually think
everything
about the
that's
games
been
that you
decent
grew up
so
with
far
and
has been,
play,
like,
you remember fondly and
short
like,
and
it's
sweet.
amazing, right?
Like all
So,
this like
but when
long
you actually
form
try to
discussions
play
with
the original for
developers,
real, I
like
look at it and
nobody
say, like,
actually wants
"That's not
to
what I
know or
remember
hear
at
what you have
all."
to say, developers.
So we want to build
They
the
want
one
to
that's
see the
actually in
fruits
your
of your
head and
labor.
how it looks like, how it feels like. So that's the goal. So. And yeah, really want to thank the fans for supporting us for so long, for all the different editions. But for Retold, Age of Mythology Retold, we are going beyond what we have done in developed editions. So on top of all the graphics and all the gameplay from the original, we actually tweaked it and added a bunch
By the
of
way,
like,
guys,
new
I know I'm
things to it as
super
well, and it
simping
is
right now,
amazing.
but the Mafia
So-
trilogy is
design side, from the
80% off
get-go,
on Steam
we
right
really
now.
asked
It's
ourselves, how can we
$15 for
maximize
all
our
3
mythology?
games.
And so we've, we've got reusable god powers, which you
That
can
is
actually see.
fucking
We've got
awesome.
our,
If you don't have the Mafia trilogy
approachability features
now,
like our
is
VPS
the
we brought in
time to
from other
strike.
titles. We've got, a more favor-based economy, so you can build more monsters, and our population cap is much higher now. So not only can you build more monsters, you can just build more of everything.
You add me at more monsters, I'll stop you there. It feels like a love letter, really. Everything you've learned so far, you're bringing back, and I love the idea of taking out what you see in your head.
You just
and then
pre-ordered
making
this
that
game
version
this
of the
morning?
game.
Nice,
I think it's
nice.
absolutely wonderful. So you mentioned a little bit about god powers, actually. I heard we have our very own gods wandering around at Gamescom. By the way, while we're on the subject.
Yes, we have invited them to
Oh,
the
yeah,
booth.
Teddy, absolutely
so you
worth getting.
also can actually see them. We have Athena and Zeus here in our booth.
Uh-huh.
So come by, see them. Like, you can see them on screen like that.
Zeus
Yeah.
is loose. Goodness me, where did you find that,
They
Zeus?
are amazing.
Zeus is loose is crazy,
That is
bro.
so cool.
Nice. Oh my
Yes.
goodness me.
Please come by. It takes a lot of work for us to invite them to the booth. So
A lot of convincing.
Xeno
A lot of
Warrior Princess in
convincing.
this?
Beautiful, awesome. Okay, back to the game now. Sorry, tangent. So, seeing the gameplay that we just saw just then, it's really clear that the team has been hard at work on the visuals. I think you've both mentioned it already.
Yes.
So, what can we expect? What exactly does that mean?
So for graphics, we actually have redone every single graphics that you actually see in the
days.
game.
You've been
So
busy.
like every single 3D asset, every single
Hell yeah,
animation,
Xeno's amazing.
Like effects, all of
Ridiculous
them
and
are
a lot of
completely
it,
rebuilt.
believe it or
So
not,
just for this
looking
game.
back at it,
And
but
it's
also
amazing. The
amazing.
team did really good work, but we want to make sure that you also keep the flavor of the original.
Of course,
because
yes.
again, we want to build a game that people remember.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it has been a labor of love. I will say that much. Yeah, so we've gone asset by asset.
Is Age of Mythology
and we
like an
just made
easy game
overall
to kind of
improvements.
just
We
pick
wanted
up and
everything
run
to
with,
look and feel
or is it
mythical.
like?
And so we have,
do you need
our
like a
destruction
college
effects. We support ray
degree?
tracing. But like Ernest had said earlier, sometimes when we've gone back and look at these assets in 2024, we realize that we had an image in our head that was very
in Xeno
different
you had
than
2
blurry
lesbian
pixels,
leads. Of course
wrapped
it's
around a
yours.
sphere. And so we had a lot of philosophical discussions because, the dev team were all major fans
Yeah,
of
it's
the
a good
original.
start
so, I mean,
RTS, to be honest.
Arkantos was a
Okay.
big one.
Good
where we were
tutorial
like,
and campaign. That'd be good for
would
me.
he have a dimple?
Might
Or
toss
what
it
is-
on
what
the
is Jim
wish
Beamore's
list and pick it
square?
up at
Yeah,
some
right.
point.
Me in those meetings, please.
They've been really
Yes.
fun. It's part Rorschach test looking at some of the assets, and then it's like labor of love, and it all comes together to make that game that we remember
cool.
loving and playing.
Amazing. So if I've got everything
And
right
Club
here,
LA,
so
oh
Age of
shit.
Mythology retold as complete visual overhaul, updated god powers, and larger-than-life myth units. Now, small enough to keep me interested,
Yeah,
but is there
her
anything else that
hairpie
you
is
have to share?
crazy.
Yes, definitely want to say that, remind people
And she
one
thinks
of
she looks
the
cute, too.
coolest
That's
thing
the
that we
funny
have done
thing.
for here is that we are releasing on PC and Xbox with crossplay, like at the same time. We have never done that with any Age games, so it is the first time we're releasing on multiple platforms at the same time. So really happy to be able to bring the game to not only the keyboard and mouse player, but to controllerless players as well. Because the game people really remember, beloved it. We want everybody to be able to play
Absolutely.
together.
And you've had some fantastic versions on the
So-
console recently, so
Yes.
those players want to absolutely join you. Now, you also have some other really exciting things to tell us today. I know I'm really gripped for this, but what can you tell us about the Freya Gods Pack?
Oh, I am so excited to be able to talk about this.
Here we go.
So the Freyr God Pack really is kind of like a new DLC type for us. And what we really wanted to do was offer the players a new strategy
dyed
type
her
for the
hair
Norse,
in a
which
toilet,
is a beloved
unflushed.
civilization from the Legacy
No.
game that can sometimes
Face it,
be
no.
very offensive in the way that it plays. And so with our Freyr God Pack, we wanted to offer a defensive skew to it. So with the Freyr God Pack, players will be getting 4 new god types featuring Freyr, who is the god of fertility and kingship, and then 3 minor gods, as well as all the things that they come with, like their myth units and their god powers.
Wow. Oh my goodness me. That's insane, by the way. 4 new gods. Amazing. Are you able to talk us through each one? Can we do that?
Yes.
Oh, amazing. Excellent.
So we have Uller, who is the god of archery, and his myth unit is a Draugr, which you may see in the film here. The Draugr is an awesome myth unit. He's an undead archer, and his arrows can pierce multiple targets, whatever is in his line of sight. We have Aegir, who is the god of storms, and his god power, he has a horrifying hailstorm that will slow everybody down, and it's very frosty. And he is one of the best myth units, which is a rock giant, and if you upgrade him, he can eat buildings, and he will.
God, I love this game.
And our Mythic
Wow.
Age god is Vidar, who is the god of vengeance, very appropriate for the Mythic Age. And so his god power, he calls upon Fenrir, which is a mythological wolf. And Fenrir is interesting. He has a path of destruction. He'll light forests on fire, and the wolf comes up in a very scary, ghostly manner. And then his myth unit is actually my personal favorite. Another famous
Devastator, I was
character from
just playing with you
mythology,
earlier, bro.
Fafnir,
It's not your
who
fault.
is
I
a very
chose to
greedy
do
dragon.
this. It's fine.
Everywhere he goes, he leaves like a
I
trail
thought it was
of
gonna
poison.
be like more
And
to
if
the
you
point
slay
and a
Fafnir
lot
on the
less
battlefield,
like
he actually
run,
melts
mouth
into
running.
a pile of gold coins.
This reminds me a
So
lot
it's been
of
very fun to
the
make.
last
How much you
PlayStation
fleshed out each
experience
of
that
those.
PlayStation
that
ever
one's gonna
did.
eat buildings, isn't it?
And
Love
the
it.
crowd
So good.
almost.
Wonderful.
It's
I
amazing.
don't know if you remember,
Just want
but
to do a quick reminder
the
that
crowd
Freya is going
almost
to be part
fucking
of the
lost
premium
it
edition of
when
the
they
game.
realized,
So
oh, this
if
isn't
you
like
want
the other
Freya and all the
PlayStation
major
experiences.
minor
This one
gods,
sucks.
So definitely get the premium edition. And by the way, if you get the premium edition
man.
of the game, you also will be able
That-
to access
that was,
the game
pretty
earlier.
wild.
So
Fucking,
like, the game is coming out September 4th. But
Hamster
like, if you
Man.
have the premium edition, you can
The
start
head of
playing on
PlayStation at the
August
time. I forget the
28th,
fuck his name
7
is.
days
The
early.
Good deal to me.
hamster
Love it.
face,
Awesome. So,
fucking
as well
gerbil
as choosing
teeth.
your god and
He had to
battling
come out and
across this
scold the
frozen
audience
north,
for
what other new
fucking
content can we expect
being
from
mad.
the Freya Gods pack?
Yes, so with the Freyr God Pack, there's also a new playable level called Reagan Leaf Rally, and I won't spoil it. It's very fun. You'll get the chance to play all of the fun new myth units and god powers and techs I just mentioned. And really the best part of this level is that it does feature one of our villains from the Legacy
what
campaign,
Age of
Dark
Mythology
Arenson,
was
who's just a
told?
peach. And it's a great experience.
I'm stuck on Peach there. I can't wait to unpack this expansion, but I need to ask you both, Ernest, Kirsten,
Yeah.
what dates?
Age
I know
of
we spoke a little bit, but let's
Mythology
go over it one more
retold.
time so everyone's got them written on the calendar at home.
Yep, September 4th is when the game is coming out.
Obviously,
But I do
Frostbang,
want to be clear that the
100%,
way
bro.
that we like to build our games, September 4th is really just the beginning.
I'm hoping there'll be at
So we
least
will
one
continue to
comment
support
of
the
someone
game, we'll
mad
continue
that I
to do
streamed the
updates,
event.
balance, listen to consumer
Thinking I'm a
feedback, and honestly, our
PlayStation
players are
console
amazing.
gremlin.
They give us really good feedback, and then we
I'm
can
a
continue
wolf
to
in
improve the
sheep's
game.
clothing at all times.
And part of that is, we have 2 new Pantheons coming with playable civilizations. And then we
Dude,
also have a new game mode,
Delta.
Arena of the Gods, which we're
Phil
excited to talk
Spencer's
about soon.
bullshit,
How
him
exciting. Well, thank you
weaseling
both so
around.
much for joining me. It's been an absolute
His
pleasure. I'm going to make sure I
outright
get the
blatant
pop socket.
fucking
I'm going
lie.
to make sure I get
Oh
whatever
my
these
God,
things you're
dude.
wearing. I'm going to hunt you down. I'm going to get them. So thanks so much for stopping by. There are loads more Age
People
of
are still
Mythology
on the
stuff going on
Xbox
for all
platform
types
unless you
of
love
gamers.
Game Pass.
But
Get
first
off
things
the
first,
platform and go to
as Erson
PC.
said,
No,
if you haven't
go to
already, make sure
PlayStation.
you
Do not go
pre-order
to
Age of
PC.
Mythology Retold Premium Edition to get the Freya Gods Pack, 7 days early access, and so much more. You can play early
PC
from August
gaming
28th,
is
and
not
that is
for
only
console
1
gremlins.
week from
Switch
today.
teams.
And that,
It's-
my friends, is a wrap
look,
on day 1 from the Xbox Gamescom booth
bro,
here in
yeah,
Germany.
that shit.
Join us tomorrow for
You
Star
know,
Wars
if you're a
Outlaws,
console
the latest chapter
Xbox
from
gamer,
Fallout
you
76
definitely ain't
Mark
getting
Zero,
taken care of,
and then
bruh.
we'll dive into the most ambitious
It's
story
over.
arc that World of Warcraft has ever seen. And there's probably going to be so much more too. So until tomorrow, have a great day. Auf Wiedersehen.
What a fucking snore fest, guys. I can't believe I suffered through this shit. This is also true, Delta. I can accept that. All I could say is if you're gonna go PC gaming, build your own PC. We were here for Starfield DLC and we got such little, like, actual gameplay. I wouldn't have even minded if they would have went like gameplay, but that's all cut up and shit. I mean, I still would have complained because that's what I do best, but especially as a woman, but it would have at least been nice. Like, give us a look at some of them guns in action. It's a 1 out of 10. Damn, I didn't think it could somehow be worse than yesterday. Hey, Pandora, thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Guys, Cage Day is going to be very interesting tomorrow. But if you find any Xbox salt, like real actual salt, definitely put it in the React requests on the Discord. And guys, if you haven't joined the Discord, do so. If you're a channel member, basic channel membership gets you access to the Discord, and I mean like $1. Yo, head honcho!
Time to take Gamescom out back like all yellow.
Yo, you ain't fucking, bro. We're dragging it out together. All right, we got, bro, Death by Firing Squad. Holy shit. This is terrible. Hey, appreciate you for hanging out, Blazefire. But, yeah, guys. Basic 99-cent membership gets you instant access to the Discord. Go to the channel membership page. Click the Discord link, join. There's definitely a lot of channel members that are not part of the Discord. So definitely I always say take full advantage of your channel membership. If it be joining the Discord, checking out some of my channel membership videos, or even hell, doing the membership thing where it pumps up. Yo, Big Cloud, you missed nothing, bro. What a fucking snorefest. Hey, Ranting Greek Gamer, thank you so much for hanging out with us, man. I appreciate you, dog. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for the stream. Sorry, I'm on a video point. No, you're good, Miss Bella. No worries. Appreciate you hanging out nonetheless. Yeah, Gamescom sucks ass. It is, I am not covering any more shit. I'm just saying, guys. What else is next? I'm actually Let's get an update on Dustborn right now. Oh, we're at 60 Dustborn gamers in game right now, by the way. They were mass deleted. Bro, they talked about Dustborn for a total of 5 minutes, and all you see was chat messages getting deleted across the board as they were discussing Dustborn. Fucking hilarious. Hey, Unicorn, Rocco, thanks so much for hanging out. That shit was funny as fuck. Let me see. Gamescom schedule. What other bullshit we gotta sit through? I definitely ain't streaming anywhere of this shit, guys. I'm sorry. It's just, there's so many other things I'd rather do with my time. And I'm sure there's, I mean, hey, you know, the discussion with you guys makes it all, like, you know, decent. Mad decent. But at the same time, too, it's just, fuck all that. IGN Gamescom Studio Day 2. Xbox Day 2 live stream is tomorrow. Xbox's second live stream day will feature Star Wars Outlaws, World of Warcraft, The War Within, Towerborn, and among others. You're telling me they couldn't include all this shit in one fucking day stream? That's crazy, bro. Thanks so much for hanging out, Neo. I got you, Delta. I'm about to get off in a couple minutes. Watching Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay. Yeah? Dude, Dustborn just looks like absolute dog shit across the board. Bro, Gamescom was the friends we made along the way. Facts, Greg. Just the conversation. Bro, there's an Xbox fucking live stream every day. Day 3 features Avowed, Aura, and more. Bro, they could have did all this shit in one stream. This is 2.5 hours, and for what? Nothing. Anyway, this is just pure depression. Sorry, not sorry. It is what it is, man. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys. This shit is ass. I'm not streaming any more of this stuff. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. It's about to be called Yapcom. No. Yeah, Gamescom is just a big fucking nothing burger. Like, it's really just, what the, why even host an event? Anyways. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna get off and, pause. Yeah, it is a giant wet fart. I'm definitely gonna play some Black Myth Wukong. I'm sad that I didn't play that instead. 19 Days till Space Marine 2. Dude, there's a lot of good games coming out. Like, within the next few weeks. It's crazy. But guys, have a great rest of your day. I hope this will be the worst of your day. That means you had a pretty fucking good day. Tomorrow's Cage Day, so definitely tune in for that. I'm gonna have a good fucking stream as always. Post reactor requests and react requests in the Discord. At least it's not raining. I mean, where I'm at, it's not raining. Are we really at 69 likes? Yeah, hit the like button, guys. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. Do tons of videos, and we've been live streaming, bro. We've been on a roll lately. I've been making up because past couple weeks there wasn't really much for me to talk about that I cared about, so. But I appreciate y'all. I'll be a set 'em out. Peace. We at 70 likes. Thank you guys. Appreciate y'all.